We have the green bar, so we have the live counter sticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is the Paradox Hour Podcast, a special Sunday edition of the Paradox Hour Podcast, and we are here a couple of weeks late to check in on the summer 2024 anime for the mid-season.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're close enough to the mid-season.
It's fine.
Yeah, we are here. We are not caught up on all shows. It's been a busy old time for all of us.
Yeah.
But we have at least got something to talk about for every show, except for the ones we dropped, because really we could not be asked. Cough, cough, bye-bye, Earth.
Rip. Sorry, it looks like it was promising to start, but wasn't meant to be.
I mean, I also just was like, I've got a lot to catch up on. Can I be bothered adding Tower of God Season 2 to that list? No, I really can't.
Rip. Sorry.
I mean, what I did with Season 1 is I ended up just binging the entire thing in like 2 days, so I may end up doing that for Season 2. We'll see if I ever have the time. Obviously, doing that for Season 1 was at a very, atypical time, considering it was summer 2020. And the things were happening at that point in time, but yes.
You can say that.
That's an understatement.
Lots things conspired so that I had a lot of free time and, not much anime to watch, so... But yes, we should get started with our first show on our list. Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
The show is so fucking fun.
It's very fun. I know I have mixed feelings about the hypnosis bit.
Yeah, that's probably the weakest bit in an otherwise drawn out episodes.
The thing is, like, part of it was actually quite funny, but the rest of it was like, okay, alright, this was going in the direction I didn't want it to.
Hey, at least we get to see Yuki continue to be an absolute gremlin.
Yes.
She's so fucking fun.
No, she's the best part of this show, and that's not even saying that there are many particularly weak parts of it. She's just the best part.
Yep. Yeah, no, I do like that. So we've seen Kuze and Alya develop a stronger rapport as the season's gone on.
Yeah. And Alya is just being very funny with hiding her feelings, but also not really hiding them very well.
Yep. She is terrible at keeping her feelings concealed, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Also, whatchamacallit, the fucking maid.
Oh, yeah, I know.
She's funny.
She's kind of insane, but she's great.
Oh, she is unhinged as hell, but it complements Yuki's unhingedness, which works great.
And we get a bit more background with Kuze's family as well.
It's right out of asshole.
Yeah, he's that kind of character. You must succeed and win, or no matter what, or whatever.
If you do not succeed, you are to curse the entire family, and you deserve to die a horrible death, etc., etc.
He might not say it. He'll make you feel that way.
Yes, exactly. not quite that extreme in words, but the vibes are there.
Yeah. Yeah. All in all, very good stuff. I really enjoy this show. Weirdly enough, so I didn't put all the pieces together before, but yeah, it changes the ED every episode, and most of the EDs are like very popular songs, many of which have been in other anime.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either until I saw it pointed out online.
Yeah. And there was one song in particular that was like, this sounds very, very familiar. What do I know it from? Oh, it's from Heroines Run the Show.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's like, wow. Okay, sure. Yeah, some fun stuff if you run through the EDs and see what media they're connected with. Yeah, very fun show. I really like it a lot. A little trashy for my taste than normal, but the parts I do enjoy make up for it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, the trashiness has been pretty low key for the most part, outside of the one bit.
Yeah, every now and then it goes a little overboard, but it's not very common.
Yeah, which helps the show a lot.
Yeah,
It's not popping up constantly.
yeah.
We've already had too many edgy rom-coms that are just fan service machines and nothing else.
Yeah. That's all I have to say for it for now.
Yeah, no. It continues to be a very fun show. Probably a top 5 contender of the season.
Probably.
And Yuki continues to be the absolute fucking best and utter delight whenever she's on screen.
Yes.
Her fucking villain monologue, though, was so funny.
Totally sounded like a final boss just now, didn't I? You realize that the final bosses are the ones who always lose, right?
Yeah, no, she's great. The dub versions are also very fun. I've seen some clips.
Yeah, I've also seen clips. Glad they're having fun.
Yeah, no, they're having a good time. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say other than show good, very fun.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on then to Atri, My Dear Moments.
So I didn't watch this week's episode, partially because I have very mixed feelings on how last week's episode ended.
Yeah, it was certainly a choice.
Yes, a choice is definitely how I would describe it.
If it makes you feel any better, the show does not double down on that.
Oh, thank fucking Christ.
In fact, there are... I'm not going to say it, I'm not going to say anything about it, because it was a fairly big moment. But there are some interesting developments in episode 8, let me just say that.
Okay, I'll probably watch it in the next couple of days then, but I wasn't sure about continuing the show after episode 7. Yeah, no, that's...
Put it this way, I opened up my notes with, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about a Natsuki-Atri romance, and then the next note was, apparently Natsuki also doesn't know how to feel about it.
Good. Like, I get the whole thing of, like, hey, this character is older than they look and all that, and they're, not a human to begin with, so age and stuff is not, like, really the concept to apply here, but, like, still.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it was Atri in her current form that was the one that Natsuki met when he was 9 years old.
Oh? I think it was a different iteration.
My current guess is that it was an actual human girl that Natsuki met. That girl died somehow, and Natsuki's grandma or the company who made the robots or whatever put her brain in the robot that is now Atri.
Huh.
Huh?
That's your theory?
That is my theory for how Atri seems to have emotions.
Interesting.
Because look, they keep saying, oh, does Atri have a heart? But they're obviously talking about metaphorical heart here. Because I think we're all aware that in real life, the fucking heart has nothing to do with emotions, it's just pumping blood.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where that idea comes from, actually.
Good question. Don't know. Interesting. Would be
We're
interesting
not going
to
to go
find
off
out.
that.
Yes, I'm not. I'm not going to go check that. Not right now, at least. got some time coming up, so I can do it then. But yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately, where I got left off on episode 8, I don't really know. Don't really know where they're gonna go from here. It'll certainly be interesting. But honestly, I absolutely agree with you. The romance is weird, and if nothing else, even if we were to ignore the aspect of Atri looking like a fucking grade schooler, which we shouldn't, I very much...
Another goddamn Japan moment.
Another goddamn Japan moment. I very much feel like their dynamic is more, more, at the very least, sibling-based, honestly. If not, almost parent and child, which really makes the romance a bit weird.
You understand why I am uneasy about this development.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely understand why. If I had a week to think about it, then maybe I would have felt a little weirder about it. But I had maybe 2-3 hours, so.
Oh yeah, no.
And I was in full-on catch-up mode, so there wasn't really a thought in my mind of, maybe I should stop here because I don't really like where this is going.
Yeah. Some of the other developments have been interesting though, like the whole hydro electricity thing that they worked on was really neat.
The hydroelectricity plant was good. I like the addition of Ryuji to the cast fully, and the fact that he is now properly getting on with Natsuki is great. Catherine's been added back to the cast full time now, and she's still kind of a shit, but not necessarily quite as bad.
She's a funny shit now instead of an annoying shit. Or menacing shit.
And I really like the addition of Youko to the cast. I think she's been a lot of fun. But yeah, obviously the whole fucking romance aspect of it did sort of take over, which not great. Especially considering we do seem to have a plot happening in the background of the show with that fucking one dude with the prosthetic hand watching them. Which seems...
Yeah, when are they going to drop the other foot on the other shoe on that?
Yeah, it's a little sus, not gonna lie, but show's apparently not dealing with that just yet. But yeah, I mean, without talking about episode 8, I don't think I've got a huge amount more to say about it.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say either. It's a lot. There's a lot.
So we can move on to our first sequel on the list, which is Code Geass, Roze of the Recapture.
Roze.
Rose, whatever.
Super Saiyan Rose.
Yeah, Super Saiyan Rose.
It's been 6 weeks since I last had to say it.
It's fine, it's fine.
I was also concentrating more on pronouncing Geass properly.
You mean Geass?
What the fuck ever.
Look, I'm an Irish person, and I know it's fucking pronounced Geish.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? In the dub, it's Geass, so...
Yeah, I know. It's because the Japanese pronunciation, which is wrong.
Yeah, but I like it better, so...
I digress.
Okay, so shit happens. we get the entirety of Ash's backstory. And I won't get into the nitty gritty, but it's pretty messed up. And he was forced by Norland to be an assassin and kill all of his, all the enemies of Neo Britannia, because of course. Eventually, he's able to escape after witnessing Norland just kill his little brother just right before him. And it's pretty fucked up. But he escapes, and with the help of a man who is revealed to be Sakuya's father, and while he doesn't make it out of there, he does make a promise with Ash that Ash will protect his daughter, and Sakuya didn't need to use her Geass on Ash. Of course, she didn't know that. And it kind of fucks things up when the Geass was eventually removed due to some dumb science Neo Britannia made that can disable the effect of a Geass. And so the truth's out there, and he is initially going to kill her, but he realizes that she didn't know and that she's not actually a bad person, but what she did was pretty fucked up. But he's willing to stand by her side to fulfill his promise to her father. So all that's settled for now. And then it's revealed that Norland is, I shit you not, a clone of Charles v. Britannia.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That fucking cockroach.
He takes off his mask and she's like, grandfather? It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. So yeah, apparently a clone was made for Charles so that he'd have a fresh, younger body at some point. But he got killed before he ever had the chance to use it, and the body just gained free will.
Wait, how is she related to him?
She's Britannian.
Yeah, but who's her parent? Who's Charles's kid?
I forget her mom's name. It's no one that we are very familiar with. It's just
okay. Yeah, that's fair. He had a lot of kids.
Yeah, he had a lot of kids. So I forget her name. I don't think she was ever actually named in the original show or anything like that. But yeah, point is she is Britannian. Norland just wants to just I guess kill all humanity. It's rather funny because we don't really know why, and she literally runs through every possible trope you could think of that would make him want to kill humanity, and he basically denies all of them. So we still don't really know what his motivation is right now. But his plan was to have this really messed up squid type robot made in secret that has this sort of fan type thing that pulls in people and literally turns them into blood mist. And it's pretty fucked up. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a whole bunch of these robots are spread all across the world, and we just see actual genocide happen. Though it does end up being an excuse to see some familiar faces again. We see Suzaku, we see Akito and his crew, we see a whole bunch of familiar faces fighting off the robots, and it's pretty neat. But the end of the world is happening.
I'm surprised there's no showing up.
Oh, he's done fighting. He's off with C2 on some island somewhere, just chilling.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah, they're off doing their own little thing. And then Norland gets into the most final boss looking nightmare frame, and then just secludes himself on this big floating island in the sky, and now they're trying to find a way to get to him. And and the nightmare frame also has access to this laser that immediately just is basically a concentrated EMP that just disables any other nightmare frame that comes near it. So that's another problem they have to deal with.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So wild shit going on. It's pretty good. I initially wasn't too sure how to feel about the Norland twist, but it's it's fine. It makes sense that Charles would have some stupid clone, and it's not like it's not like Norland is literally Charles. He has his own will and motivations, even though we don't exactly know what they are yet. But yeah, all in all, it's been really enjoyable. I think we only have one episode left, so it'll be fun to see how things wrap up.
All right. Let's move on to our next show, which is Dahlia in Bloom, crafting a fresh start with magical tools.
So the production values continue to be I've noticed the slant shading that they've been using constantly, and it has driven me mad because now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Like, I feel like that happened with Tombo's subtitling for me. Like, I didn't notice it for the first sort of half a dozen episodes or so, and then once I noticed it, I couldn't stop noticing it elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it is just the worst. It just crawls into your brain and will not get out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the story is perfectly decent. It's just the production values continue to aggravate me, because this could be a lot better if the production values were, actually good. But yeah, excuse me. Dahlia's business is starting to boom, especially after she starts to take advantage of her techniques to make some handy inventions with slimes, including waterproof coats and tarps, as well as socks. Waterproof socks are basically a really good type of whatchamacallit, preventative measure for foot fungus, which, as you can imagine, a lot of soldiers are all too keen to get their hands on that. But yes,
trench foot ain't no joke.
It really isn't. But yeah, she's also met her new, definitely not a love interest, Nursery, Wolf, who's a really cool dude, and winds up helping her with her a little bit of research and development, just being a good friend dude to her as well. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also one of the dudes from the Merchant Guild who's supported her winds up formally resigning and from the guild and registering to work for her company instead, which is just pretty neat. It's all amicable. But yeah, it's really really nice so far. I think the biggest thing this series is missing is like stakes and conflict, I guess. But like, not every story needs stakes and conflict. I just feel like this one's a bit more toothless than it could be.
I mean, it sort of depends, and it's something I think we'll probably end up getting into a little bit down the list. But obviously, if you don't have stakes and you don't have conflict, then you've got to work a lot harder in other aspects of the show. And
like Slice of Life generally has a good comedy aspect to fall back on, for example.
Comedy aspect, character writing aspect is what I generally look for.
As well, yes.
And
the character writing is more or less there for this show. It's just it doesn't have like much else going for it. The storyline has some interesting potential, but like it's not very conflict heavy at the moment. That could change. I haven't watched yesterday's episode yet because I've been busy, but yeah, we'll see. I've already gone most of the way through the show. I might as well stick it out to the end, especially since I don't have serious problems with it outside the production values.
You gotta get out of that mindset, dude.
I have the time to watch it. It's not a big deal.
But you could have more time for other stuff.
Maybe I can.
And sure, you could use that time to watch, some anime that actually do look good.
Regardless, we should move on to something I imagine does look quite a bit better.
let's move on to, for the first time since the premiere stream, it's Delico's Nursery.
I do like how this show looks visually, but it's nothing too crazy. Okay, so do you guys know anything about this show's source material?
Nope.
No. All I really know about the show is that it's vampires babysitting.
Okay, that is basically what it is. So you have Delico, who is basically deciding to shirk off his duties investigating these vampire murders to look after his freaking children, which is kind of looked down upon by noble society because they're nobles and they usually leave that shit to the nannies and whatnot. So yeah, they literally go to his house and be like, hey, do your freaking job and stop looking after your kid. And he's like, no. And he ends up striking a deal where it's like, okay, I'll look after my kids and do my job, but you guys have to do the same with your kids. So that's basically how, and his mansion ends up becoming kind of their headquarters. So they're going to look after their kids and investigate these murders at the same time. So a pretty amusing premise, and it's fairly funny. The reason why I asked about the whole source material bit is that the source material for this is not called Delico's Nursery. Do you know what it is called?
What?
It's called Trump. You can you can probably guess why it had its name changed. But the reason why it's called Trump is because so the supposed like god of the vampires, which may or may not exist, is I think called True of Vamp or something like that, and they just end up shortening that to Trump.
Great.
For whatever reason.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So they're talking about their god, Trump, and apparently it's somehow connected to the murders and all that, and I don't know. But yeah, so that's a little wrinkle in this that makes it very hard to take any of this seriously because they just keep tossing around the word Trump so often, and it's just very, very funny and also kind of weird. But yeah, I did enjoy the premiere, but I'm not going to be watching any more of it, at least not right now. I'll put it on my watch list in the back burner and maybe get back to it some other time. But I don't even have time to watch all the shows I'm watching right now. So, yeah. So if it started sooner, then I probably would have stuffed it on there, but not right now, unfortunately. But it's pretty fun so far. Aside from, that one detail.
I'm tempted to try out the English dub.
Oh yeah, I bet that's probably pretty good.
Certainly.
Who's actually in the... Let's have a look who's in the cast. Okay.
Derek Snow voices the protagonist.
Derek Snow, John Bergmeyer, Colin Clinkenbeard, Madeline Morris, Danny Chambers, David Vald, Dallas Reed, Molly Zhang, Leah Clark. Yeah, some good names in here, to be fair. So yeah, I might give the dub a try if I can find the fucking time.
Yeah,
I mean,
could be worth it.
Let's be honest. It's not like this is going to be ending in time for the end of season wrap up. So
that's true. Yeah,
there's not exactly a rush. I mean, I might just. We'll see how the start of next season goes. I might add it on to next season depending on how things play out for my schedule. But yeah, I mean, it's got an interesting enough concept. The art style looks interesting, so
yeah, I mean, visually it looks good, and it's a fun premise. Just watching these vampire nobles who don't know shit about kids trying to take care of their freaking kids while also solving this murder mystery. So
I mean, to be fair, after being delayed for a fucking month, I'd hope that the visuals were good.
Mm-hmm.
True.
If they would, I'd be very, very concerned about what they spent their time on. But I mean, the other thing is, and obviously I haven't watched any of it. I don't know whether this is true or not. But the last vampire show that I watched that had noblesse vibes to it was Noblesse, which also sort of split its time between sort of more normal slice of life comedy stuff and an actual plot, and it didn't do it very well.
The comedy was the best part of that show.
Yeah, no, the comedy was
because it didn't commit to it.
The comedy was easily the best part of Noblesse. Anyway, we should move on to our next show, which is Dungeon People. Man, I love the show.
This has been fun.
Yeah. This show is so much fun.
Honestly, it's pretty slice of lifey, so it's hard to like really go into detail on a lot of stuff. But
I mean,
it's
mostly just Clay like learning the various mechanics of the dungeon and as a sidebar, managing to make herself stronger in the process as well. It goes into stuff like, oh hey, the women's armor that you find in the dungeon is incredibly like skimpy because the old dungeon manager was a fucking creep.
Which, that tracks.
Mm-hmm. I really liked episode 7, which was the fucking interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that fucking dragon! The noises it was making was superb.
Yeah.
And Claire's just sat there just like, I don't know what's going on. I really don't understand. Please help.
And then there's that one bit, I think in episode 7 or 8, where these things try to possess Clay and
Episode 8, yeah, the spirits.
Yeah. And it does not go well for the spirits.
Well, yeah,
not because of Clay.
Yeah, because Belle's there to smack them down a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Belle was like, maybe you should take that as a compliment. Usually they try and kill Mr. Vanguard. Also, they have like a fucking slime sourdough starter that they get their regular slimes from.
So funny.
Like, they just have this...
So silly.
They just have this giant slime that they cut pieces off of. And, like... then feed some magic to get the lost, like, matter back.
Yeah. It's really really interesting concept, but also just very silly.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the main plot of the show is meant to be Clay finding out what happened to her dad, but yeah, that's very much an aspect that wasn't really focused on in in these episodes. I mean, we also had a pretty fucking cool fight of between Clay and Railmond, I believe his name was.
Yeah, the fucking dragon, dude.
Yeah. Well, that was a really cool and interesting fight and really well done. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this show. Like, it's one of those shows that when I get to watch it, I'm excited about it. Like, fucking the cooking bit of episode 6, like, that was just a lot of fun. Like, there wasn't anything serious.
Really neat.
Wasn't anything serious about it. It was just fun. Also, the incredibly fat Nekomata. great stuff.
Yeah.
So fat she couldn't move, but yeah, great. Also, Hell just coming in and thinking he was the big cheese and just getting absolutely stomped.
Yeah, no.
Clay threw out the old "Wow, I thought you'd be stronger," and Belle literally yanked his arm off and threw him into the air.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
She didn't even use a magic to do it. She just picked him up, threw him, and yanked his arm off in the process.
Rip.
Yeah. Rip in pieces, you fucking idiot. But yeah, this is just a nice chill show. Like, there's, as we've been saying, there's not been a huge amount of, plot behind it, but I don't really need that from this show. This is one of those shows where I think it makes, can make a lacking plot work. Because there is enough behind it to, make up for it.
Well, if we're going to talk about stuff that has both plot and characters for days...
Yeah, we should move on to... the Elusive Samurai. Oh man, we got to the point that I fell in love with the fucking series. And I'm so happy with how it went.
It's really good. Like, the whole Shogun fight is really excellent, and the encounters the other kids have with the rest of his men are also really good.
I often forget that these guys are children.
Yeah, murder children.
Yeah, these are just kids, just killing people. Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Ayako just slicing that dude's head off.
Yep.
Bubiki, cold as ice, cutting that dude's throat, and fucking Tokiyuki just bouncing around all happy, dodging blood as well as strikes.
Well, the dude is just bleeding out and panicking in front of him.
Yeah.
And Tokiyuki's just having the best time right now, just watching that dude bleed out and running around.
I will say
Tokiyuki beat Shokan so badly that Shokan found God.
That's not even an accurate statement. Also, I do love that even though like Shokan gets annihilated in the next episode, the previous episode does a lot to build him up as utterly fucking terrifying.
Utterly fucking terrifying and competent. That's the worst thing. You can have terrifying characters and go, they're a bit incompetent. It's fine. We've got a chance to beat him. Fucking Shokan is legitimately competent at what he does, and that's the terrifying part.
I mean, we had that a little bit before with Sadamune, but Sadamune is not nearly as cruel or brutal as Shokan is.
He's also not as competent either. Let's be honest.
Yes, that is true.
Sadamune and Ichikawa are very much, more buffoonish compared to Shokan.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Shokan is played almost
not that they're completely
seriously.
incompetent, but
yeah, obviously, but when fucking when the gang get away with the Imperial Command, you can fucking imagine like Sadamune just shouting to the sky, Sua! You can't imagine that with Shokan.
No, Shokan is terrifying. I still think he's a little bit less terrifying than fucking Ashikaga, though.
Oh, I mean, Takeuchi is fucking terrifying. Like, so terrifying.
Yeah, the way he just killed all those guys. It's like, alright.
Just the serenity of him and how he draws those people in with, like, an unearthly charisma is just, like... Fuck. That episode was extremely well directed, by the way. Like, holy shit. Like,
I mean,
the animation and direction of that episode popped off.
Yeah. No, and a lot of troubling imagery for Takeuchi. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanna watch that scene in the dub, because in the dub Takeuchi is voiced by Jonas Scott, and I really want to see how that plays out.
Yeah, Jonas Scott's a good voice actor. trying to remember what I've seen him in, but
I mean, he's Legoshi in Beastars.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that was his big sort of debut role almost. But yeah, I almost I told you about this, Jack. I almost got really annoyed at the adaptation because I was so worried that they would whatchamacallit, skip Tokiyuki's elusive sword, Demon Heart Butterblade. Yeah. I was so worried at the end of episode 8, I think it was, that they wouldn't show it.
Oh, okay, because it does just kind of cut and it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show the whole thing.
Like I watched that Friday night, and I was so working myself up into a furor, just like, if they don't fucking show it, I'm gonna be so pissed. God damn it! They better goddamn show it. Watch episode 9.
Eclectic there.
Watch episode 9. Oh, thank God they showed it immediately. Good. Great, awesome. I'm back to being happy again.
It's okay. They won't start skipping things until next season.
I mean, I'm interested. Because after I watched episode 8, I ended up reading this bit in the manga, and then I ended up going a few chapters past that. And I'm going to be interested to see where they end this season.
Yeah, no, I don't think there are that many organic stopping points for a while.
I mean, there's not, like, there's a small, probably maybe half an episode arc, afterwards, and then there's quite a big one that I'm not sure they can get done in, maybe they can get it done in 2.5 episodes, I'm not entirely sure, it depends, but yeah, I'm really not sure. Based on the OP, they're definitely covering that bit, but I'm just, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I will say, like, outside of the a couple jank bits of CGI here and there, mostly with the horses, the production values on this have been extremely good.
Oh no, I mean, fucking Tokiyuki just bouncing around against Shokan was so fucking good.
There was this random bit in like the most recent episode where Shokan was just like totally CG for like a few seconds, and it was really jarring. But aside from that,
it happened in episode 8 as well, I believe.
Yeah, it was episode 8 mostly.
Episode 8 and 9, just a couple of weird bits of Shokan being CG, which is like, okay, is he that big and menacing that you have to fucking animate him in CG? But
oh, it looks like next week's a recap, so we won't be getting episode 10 until the 14th.
Yeah, next week is a recap.
Yeah.
Also,
recaps.
Also, they did Shokan's ant thing very well.
Mm-hmm. Very stupid.
Yeah, that creepy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was doing as much to freak me out over Shokan as his ruthlessness was. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
One last thing, I just really want to fucking shout out Yuikawa Asaki. She is doing such a good fucking job for Tokiyuki. Like,
yeah, no, it's great.
Like, obviously, everyone else in the cast is doing a really good job as well, but she is just, like, God, such a good fucking job. Mixing that, childlike wonder in this fucking horrible world. Like, just doing such a good job. But yeah, we should probably now move on to our next show, which is The Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant Used to Be Archenemies. I really need to watch this.
It's so fucking funny.
I saw a clip of a fucking magical girl doing a transformation and then bring out the brass knucks.
Yeah, no, she's great. I think she shows up first in like episode 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But she is like so fucking funny. The show in general is really fucking insane. There's some unhinged bits in it here and there, but you can see the two mascots in the foreground.
Yeah.
One of them's just like elongated human-sized cat, dude. And it's just like, what is this? Why are you? What? This is a design choice. That's very weird and silly.
Yeah.
But no, like it's a very fun show. The relationship between the two leads is really fun and cute, and yeah, no, there's a lot of good clips of animation from this as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really hard to go on with it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are tiny bits of fan service here and there, but they're like not super long or focused on, and they like pop up occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Yeah, no, Hibana is the magical girl who just keeps swearing up a fucking storm. It's hilarious. Fuck!
Yeah.
I am strong.
Yeah, no, as I said, I saw that clip and was just instantly like, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. This is fucking great.
Yeah, the episodes are only half length too, which helps.
Yeah, again, unfortunately, I just did not have the time.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would encourage both of y'all to watch it though at some point because it's a very fun show.
It's on High Dive, right?
No, Crunchyroll.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's fun. I think it's worthwhile.
Alright, if we can move on.
Yes, of course.
Let's move on then to Makeine, Too Many Losing Heroines.
I fucking love these idiots.
Same.
Like, genuinely, they're all such dumbasses, but they're so wonderful, such wonderful dumbasses.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. You doing alright, Number? You sound a bit tired.
I am tired. Sorry.
Aren't we all?
No, you're fine.
Aren't we all?
Just a little bit out of it. That's all.
I'm super thankful I have a 3-day weekend, but
Yeah.
holy shit.
I wish I did.
This was meant to be my day off. Yay!
Aw.
I had
I'm
to wake
sorry.
up at like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed at 4 a.m.
6 hours of sleep isn't too bad, actually.
Yeah, but my body just doesn't rebounding anymore.
Yeah.
Well-
I also haven't had that much to eat. I really have not had the chance.
Oh, yeah, you should probably
it's me
eat
and Number
something.
on this one, so you have a chance to go get something.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll be fine. I've got some magic stars I'm snacking on.
Anyway, speaking of eating,
They have the calorie counter for Anna,
yeah, which is that's so cruel, but also absolutely hilarious.
yes, it is. I think they also have a relationship chart that they've been posting that they've been keeping track of, which is also very funny.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the nurse made that.
It would not, especially given how she's come back into relevance recently.
Yeah, which is also just. And Nukumizu knows exactly like why she's so jazzed about it. It's like, oh god.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I do like how the relationships have been developing amongst the main cast. It's been really fun.
Yeah, poor Lemon.
Poor Lemon. Oh, the fucking bit where her crush's girlfriend is trying to figure out what the two of them are doing, going out and about, and just ropes Nukumizu and Anna into it is just so funny.
Yeah, I really like the end of that episode, especially because the way it's framed, she ends up
Yeah.
covering part of Nukumizu's shirt and it just says NTR. It's
Yeah,
very
no.
funny.
I was gonna bring that up. It's so fucking funny.
Fucking what? Sorry, I'm.
Yes!
So Mizu has a shirt that has the word country on it, and Chihaya just puts her hands in front of him, saying that he's going to explain, and her hands cover up all the letters except for the NTR in the middle.
Okay, wonderful.
Because she thinks that, because she's worried that he is cheating on, that her boy is cheating on her. That's not the case, but that's what she's worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the way that they had the light shine on her freaking forehead.
Yes. That was very funny.
On
Just
her
like
giant
the
forehead.
Yeah, Lemon's arc has now been concluded, and now we are on to Komari's arc, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
She's probably the of the three main girls, she's probably the one I have the least investment in, but it'll be interesting to see what the series does to hook you in on that, you know?
Yeah, she also just has the least amount of screen time by like a mile.
Yeah, that's partly down to her personality, because Anna and Lemon are very, outgoing, enthusiastic characters by comparison.
Yeah. Komari's very reserved and quiet and also kind of a weirdo, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least she and Koto get along by, their BL interests. Fucking bit with the food. Where they're like, this food is clearly the top and this food is the bottom.
Yeah.
God. I don't know if I will ever be able to get fully into the headspace of Fujoshi.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what the deal is with the student council president, but very cool.
She has a very neat design, yeah.
It's just the way the light shined around her. It's just like, what are you doing?
Hell of an entrance, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think everyone at this school is just a weirdo.
I mean, yes. But no, this show is really good. It's honestly one of my favorites of the season.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about it at first, but yeah, it's easily become one of mine as well. It's definitely up there.
Easy top 5, maybe top 3.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree. Also, all the different EDs have been amazing.
The second one is my favorite so far, but they're all really good.
Yeah. I think I'm still partial to the first one.
Again, it's really hard to pick one.
Yeah.
Between this and Alya, like, the different EDs across those two are really good.
Yeah.
But Elusive Samurai also has a really fucking good ED.
Yeah.
In terms of EDs, I'm very partial to Red Cat Ramens because it's got a bunch of dancing cats in it.
That's fair. There are a lot of good ED contenders this season, especially compared to previous seasons.
Yeah.
Which I think is nice. But yeah. This show is extremely good. It's an easy front runner in the season.
Yeah.
I'd say this season is pretty top heavy compared to last season.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is near the top of that top heaviness.
And then next season's just absolutely insane.
Oh god. I hope I have the free time to.
I already have. I ran through it. I have 15 shows I'm watching. At least.
No.
I know that's baby numbers for you, but still.
I know. Let me count what I'm watching.
I'm not even going close to next season yet.
Yeah. Understandable. It's just I was curious and I was like, okay, yeah, there's that next season and this. And then this, and then oh no, a lot of sequels, a lot of really good sequels. Oh no.
What, like Four Nights of the Apocalypse Season 2?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, fuck that one. But yeah, there is Hanako-kun Season 2, which I know Mill is looking forward to.
It's not Hanako-kun Season 2, it's After School Hanako-kun Season 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I did actually have a check of that. Hanako,
Wait, what?
Proper Hanako-kun Season 2 is winter.
Okay, then why do they? That just makes it confusing. I thought that was okay. Whatever, it's fine.
Also, I have at least 20 shows I'm watching next season, so yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
But yeah, anyways,
I'm not you.
yes, Makeine continues to be fucking excellent, and the whole cast of characters is great. One of the best character casts of the season, in my opinion.
No, I'm in. I mean, you're probably right. There's just a lot of good casts this season.
Yeah, no, best ensemble is one of the harder awards to pick.
Yeah.
There are a lot of hard awards this season, actually.
Yeah.
I will not have an easy time.
Yeah. I think we can move on though.
Yes.
All right, let us move on then to Mayonaka Punch.
So you said you put this on hold number?
Yeah, this is one of the ones where it's like I just did not have time to watch any of it, unfortunately.
What's the most recent episode you watched?
Let me check.
Was it the Desert Island one?
No. Oh, where the hell is it on my list, bruh? Okay. Episode 3.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's been some crazy stuff going on in the past several episodes.
Oh, I'm sure.
And episode 8 ends on an interesting note with, so basically episode 8 features the group going to a YouTuber festival thingamadoo that they're hosting at a indoor stadium and whatnot. And they do all the classical YouTuber sketch things like a quiz show and a red light, green light race and all that shit. You know, shenanigans. And a cooking contest, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, the episode ends with Saki just watching the girls on stage and just looking at Live in particular and just saying, huh. So I'm very curious as to what that means. Whether it's just missing out on on being in the spotlight, or if it's like a different kind of realization. But
Okay.
lots of character stuff has been going on in the past several episodes, and it's been really interesting.
That's good.
You got more development for Fu and Ichiko as well, which has been nice. So far, the only member of the main cast who hasn't been developed much is Tokage, but she's still pretty funny. Yeah. It's fun. The OP continues to be an absolute fucking bop.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like the OP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to catch up to it. I don't know if I'll stick it out throughout the entirety of the show, but I'm at least going to watch a few more episodes.
Yeah. I'd say episode 4 and 5 should give you a pretty good idea of what the show is overall like.
Yeah.
Because episode 4 is a lot more dramatic. Didn't you watch episode 4? I thought you did.
Which one was episode 4?
That was the Fu episode.
No, I did not watch it.
Okay. Yeah, that was a really good episode. But yeah, no, it's really good, really fun. But yeah, we should probably move on.
Alright,
More of me talking, yay.
Yep, more of you talking, Jack, because we're moving on to Mission Yozakura Family.
So lots of stuff has happened. Tayo almost died, and he, while he was being treated, the mansion got raided by a bunch of enemy agents. So he got a blood transfusion, and he got powers. That was, I think, something I talked about in the 3 episode check, and I could be misremembering. But yeah, Tayo's gone on a couple missions since then, and done spy stuff, including a train heist, or a train mission, which is always fun. where he encounters one of his parents' former patients who he has to fight to the death. So that's also fun. There was also a Hot Springs episode, which was pretty fan service free, actually, which is really nice. Complete with Kyoichiro being an asshole, and eventually everyone gangs up on him to beat him up, including the other guests at the Hot Springs. So, which is very funny. Oh, we also got a Nanawa episode, which was also pretty cool. But yeah, last week's episode, which is the last one I watched, is the one with the screenshot, and it's basically Tayo training up his skills while everyone gets ready for the big mission. And that's Tayo freaking out because Mutsumi and her grandfather tricked him into thinking that she was in danger in order to get him to awaken his powers fully. So he's all aghast about that. Poor kid. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. It's a good time. I probably am going to wind up binging the manga once the anime wraps up.
Well, I mean, the manga is on its way to wrapping up soon, I believe, isn't it? It's in the final arc.
I think so. It's probably going to be either this one or Undead Unluck that wraps up first. I don't know anything about Undead Unluck, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after Jujutsu Kaisen, I think this one's the oldest one left in the magazine after One Piece.
Pretty much, yeah.
That is wild to think about.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we've talked about that at...
unless Yozakura family ends in the next, 2-3 chapters?
They usually announce that at least 3 chapters beforehand.
Yeah.
Especially with long runners, like JJK got a 5-chapter announcement, Hiroaka got a similar announcement. So I imagine they'll announce at least 3 chapters after this one.
I mean, I'm almost certain you're correct, but also, best will in the world. Yozakura family isn't on the level of JJK or Hiroaka.
Oh, I am well aware. But yeah, I don't imagine they'll... it is going to be the longest running title in the magazine while it's still going for a little bit.
Yeah.
After One Piece. I know it goes without saying, but still. Anywho, should probably move on to a very different show.
Let's move on to the best meme show of the season. It's probably not the only meme show of the season, but I'm just gonna say it's the best, even if it's the only one. Whatever. I meant to have something more prepared, but I fucked it up. Let's move on to my dear friend Nokotan.
Show's absolutely fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
That fucking bit with the whatchamacallit, with Nokotan molting freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
That was like the most disturbing bit in the show.
Yeah, that was pretty
Everything else has been pretty funny.
Yeah. There's also just her antlers growing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. Them playing the game of life was funny.
That was really fun. Dear life.
Yeah. Also, Nokotan is probably some sort of local deer god.
Yeah.
Which would definitely explain some of the weirdness.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Dear God.
But yeah, no, this show continues to be absolutely unhinged madness, and it's quite fun. They also shifted the airing date to Wednesday, which is wild.
Well, it's not actually the airing date. That's like
not the airing date, the streaming date for Crunchyroll.
Yeah, because the airing date, like, it always technically was airing early in Japan, and they just caught it up to that. for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, wow, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is it airing sooner or later?
Sooner.
Sooner.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if it was later, I might have said, maybe it's Crunchyroll taking the time to actually, check the fucking subtitles out now. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the subtitles have improved a lot.
Yeah.
They're perfectly fine now.
Yep. No weird mishaps like the first episode.
Yeah. I don't even notice any typos anymore. I don't even think there are any.
Crunchy subs are usually pretty good about those.
Usually the subtitle errors are pretty minor.
Yeah.
If they're there at all.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just fun stuff. There's not really a whole lot to really talk about. I like the addition of the student council.
Yeah, they're fun. Was it Tanuki Shida, I think it is just like an absolute fucking train wreck of a person. She's great.
Yeah. Although, I forget her name, but the cat girl is probably my favorite of the bunch. She's the funniest.
Neko Yamada, she's hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, so is Subameya. She's also very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really good.
But yeah, she got sucked into the deer club, and she just became a full deer in the span of a single session.
Yep.
Good for her.
Neko Yamada really putting the gains in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, whatchamacallit, the fucking the most recent episode was very wild because it was just like how badly can Koshi lose her mind to everything going wrong at the school sports festival. Yeah, no, I think they commit to the bit just right on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about because it is mainly just a gag series. But it's a lot of really good fun. This show's pretty delightful. I was I remember watching a whole bunch of episodes of Nier, and then I'm like, I can't watch any more of this today. This is depressing. I'm gonna watch Nokotan now.
Nokotan's a good pick-me-up.
Yeah, it really is. That kind of saved me a little bit, because...
I always save it for last when I'm watching, just because it's a nice, good laugh. Speaking, so I know I can always have a good time with it.
Yeah, it just helps me recover from Nier, because Nier is very depressing.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Speaking of depressing...
Yeah, let's move on to a show with slightly higher stakes, because we move on to My Hero Academia Season 7.
It's hit the fan, yo.
Yeah.
Also,
no.
Deku finally getting a Yusei run again is just so great.
Oh, that was so good. Okay, because I barely remember this part when I was reading it in the manga. I think the anime just did it just right with the music and the animation. I think it actually did it justice.
Yeah, it's not like the Sakuga peaks we had back in, like, say, this is seasons 3 and 4, but it's still really well animated.
Oh yeah, there are certain cuts in this that are incredible. But I was really happy to just see all of that. Like the scene where Deku shows up is just, that's like reminds me of the scene where Goku shows up during the Saiyan saga.
Also, gotta love Mirio literally putting his ass on the line.
Yes. I'm glad I'm glad that had use here.
Yes. That was a very good bet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
also, Edshot's giving his life to Bakugo.
Even though they have no real connection to one another.
Yeah, also, Edgeshot, everyone's favorite character.
He's so developed.
Like, he's cool, but, like, even among, like, the side heroes,
Yeah.
it's like,
Look,
really?
out of all the pro heroes in that area, he is the least developed by far.
Yeah. It's...
Did he ever actually take a student on internship?
Nope.
I don't think
And he doesn't
so.
have, like, any spotlight moments like Mirko did either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I think Mirko technically has less screen time than him, but even she, like...
She made more use of that screen time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, she has some really hardcore moments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, including during this whole sequence where she's just like down to one full organic limb left, and she's still going at Shigaraki at her damnedest.
Yeah. Speaking of Shigaraki, I mentioned this last time, but I have to say it again, how good his voice actor is.
Oh,
At emulating All for One. He's so good.
It's a huge shift in, like, the way his voice sounds.
He's amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Trying to remember who the voice actor is for him.
In the sub, it's Koki Uchiyama.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's
no
Koki
wonder.
Uchiyama.
Koki Uchiyama is a fucking fantastic voice actor.
Yeah, no, I gotta gush about him some more because he's so good, just consistently. Is like in balancing like Shigaraki's voice and like just putting it in the frame of All for One. So good.
But yeah, the most recent episode had shit well and truly hitting the fan, so that's fun.
Actually,
Toga using twice ability.
I actually have not seen. I'm actually 2 episodes behind, but I've read the manga, so I know what happens.
Yeah. They had the heteromorph focus episode last week. And then it was the tale of that, and then Toga using her ability to copy twice and go all out just as Kurogiri wakes up and teleports everyone. Also, like, I guess for the heteromorph thing, I really wish Horikoshi had cooked some more of that in earlier in the series.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that seems like a really interesting...
And super powerful stuff that had been set up better.
Yeah, it's like, Horikoshi, you're not a bad writer. I know you could have done that earlier, and it would have made a lot of sense, and it would have worked really well. Why do you save it for now? It's so weird.
It's just very undercooked, especially like for someone who can foreshadow well.
Yeah,
like Horikoshi can.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put him up on the same level as like Oda or even Tabata, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the heteromorph stuff is a bit. The title of next week's episode, though, had me excited.
What's the title of the next week's episode?
Hold on, let me double check it real quick. Sorry, it's gonna take a sec to load up. The chain thus far. And I believe in the preview they mentioned something about whatchamacallit? Yesterday's villain is today's hero. That was it.
Okay, so we're at that point. Alright.
I imagine the season is going to end with quite a mighty bit of irony, but
yeah,
because that whole thing's in the OP.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're going to cap out the season with.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they have about like maybe 15, 20 episodes left worth of material in the manga.
Yeah.
So season 8 will likely be the end.
The final season, the final chapters, part 1.
God. No, don't do that. Don't be Mappa. You still hate how Attack on Titan ended, Nmbr.
The fact that they're making it into a movie,
anyone with sanity hates how Attack on Titan ended.
Anyone with taste hates how Attack on Titan ended.
Okay, that's a better one.
Yeah. Let's be fair, you know.
People who are insane
people can be
could
sane, but they can have terrible tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just the fact that they're making that into a movie, it's
apparently the original plan was for it to be a movie, and then
of course it was, because that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. But no, Mappa gonna Mappa.
Oh my god. Well,
anyways, here Akka is reaching a fever pitch with the big battles going on right now. I am and remain annoyed by Dabi getting a second wind. At least with All for One, it makes sense because he just used the fucking quark grinding bullet shit, which had been established beforehand. But like, Dabi, come on.
Well, I mean, we've seen what Dabi survived. I can buy it.
Yeah, but Dabi's also fucking up. Just like, come on, just stay down, man.
I know, but still, it's just I don't hate it, especially since I know how the fight ends, and I love how the fight ends, so I'm not gonna complain about it. But yeah, I see your point there, and you're not wrong.
But the fights that we're gonna begin coming up are going to be very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for what the remainder of the season has in store. How many episodes do we have left this season?
I actually don't know.
I'm gonna double check right now. Thank you, Mal, for actually marking them as the number of episodes in the season rather than just the total episode counts. Crunchyroll. Episode 15 is the latest episode. There's 6 left. Yeah, they're gonna end about where I said they are then. That's gonna be a good endpoint.
Yeah.
I can imagine them putting a lot of effort into animating that fight.
Yeah. Also, apparently the new movie was done by a bunch of the team on Mob Psycho, so there's that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I do gotta watch that movie at some point. I think it's a fun time.
Yeah, it comes out in theaters over here in October, I think.
Oh, sweet! I'll be back in home territory around then, probably.
Yep. So even though the concept of the movie is just so hilariously dumb.
Oh, it's absolutely fucking stupid.
It's so dumb, but I have to see it because it's so funny.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that another day. MHA is good.
Yeah. In the meantime,
let's move on to something that's not quite as good with Naranare Cheer For You.
Has your opinion on the show taken a downturn, Mel?
A little bit. I mean, we talked earlier when we were talking about Dahlia about shows that don't really have a central plot, and the fact that, everything else sort of had to make up for it, and some shows didn't actually manage to do that. I would consider this show one of those.
My main issue with the show is, inconsistency more than anything else. Some episodes are a lot stronger than others.
I would take a wild swing in the dark and say that's because there are, once again, multiple writers working on this show.
Of course.
Let me just find it. So, the first 2 episodes were written by the main director, Kodai Kakimoto. Episodes 3, 6, and 7 were written by Yuniko Ayana, and episodes 4, 5, 8, and today's 9 were written by Midori Goto.
The funny thing is, I consider episode 6 a lot stronger than episode 7. I think episode 7 is probably the weakest so far of the show.
I honestly, that gave me a little bit of something to sort of dig my teeth into, because I kind of liked the dumb rivalry between Noi and Banka. Like the incredibly over-serious, but yes, it was basically just sort of a baseball game, and there wasn't much to it.
Yeah, again, very weak episode.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a Naruka fucking focus episode, and she barely got a focus.
Exactly. Which is just like, come on, you dedicated 2 episodes to Anna, and you can't do this anything even close to as focused on Nodoka, who is basically her partner.
Yeah. I mean, I want to sort of, you know, excuse me, dive into the fact that Nodoka might be part of a cult?
Oh yeah, they kind of just glazed over that, huh?
That fucking Upanishad philosophy that sounded really cult-like.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I'm sure it's no big deal.
And let's not even get into the fucking Yuri bait at the end of episode 6.
I don't know if I can actually call that bait.
They got the 2 of them alone in the hot spring, had fucking Shion go, like, semi-embarrassedly, there's something I want to ask you, and then it just turned out to be, can we use first names with each other? That's bait in my books.
I mean, I'd say it borders bait and subtext at this point.
I don't.
Because there's a lot of it.
I don't believe in the show enough to give it the fucking subtext label.
Fair enough. Yeah, the show has been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
I haven't watched episode 9 yet. Episode 8 ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, and I wonder if how they're going to resolve that.
Yeah.
I'll just have to watch today's episode and find out for myself, but that won't be.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch it today. I've had enough to watch today.
Mm-hmm. You've been cramming and jamming.
I've watched like 16, 17 episodes of anime today.
Good lordy, dude. Are you okay?
Not really, but, you know, I was getting through.
Oh my goodness. I watched like 6. Oh my goodness.
I watched a similar amount on fucking Friday as well.
Oh my god. You gotta...
Yeah, I need to work on
pace
some
yourself.
stuff. Yeah, I gotta work on some stuff.
Yeah.
This is why I want to plan out when the fucking wrap-up is gonna be, and I'm gonna take at least, you know, the fucking 2 to 3 days running up to the fucking wrap-up and the day off from work, so I don't have to worry about that. The issue was, Thursday, I had no time for anime, because I was in work for 8 hours, and then I went out for a friend's birthday. And I got back at like 3:30 in the morning, and it was just like, okay, I do not have the time, I do not have the energy to watch anything right now. I'm just gonna go to bed, wake up early on fucking Friday, and watch a bunch of stuff then. But yeah, this show is not bad necessarily, but there's just not enough to it, really. And I think the big issue is the main cast is too big, and they're struggling to focus on all of them.
I don't think it's that the main cast is too big. I think that the focus on the main cast is just not well distributed. Because like, dedicating 2 whole episodes to Anna is just like a bit much, especially when you have the whole thing with Hanata and Megami, who are supposed to be like the 2 primary focus characters with the overarching plot.
I mean, that's the thing, you know. We got the stuff with Kanata and Megami in episode 8, but the fact is they barely got focus from episode 3 onwards, sort of thing. Well, end of episode 3 onwards. And so it feels like it's somewhat come out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Like,
again, I don't mind the cast size. It's how they've been allocating the focus of the cast and using the time that they've had. That's been the issue.
Also, I'm real disappointed that in the Hot Spring episodes when Suzuha was like, I don't want to take my jacket off and I want to bathe in private, that the fucking result was just that she was embarrassed about an idol shirt. Like, there were better fucking explanations for that, most of them queer, and yeah. But, yeah, this is definitely near the bottom of my list now, I would say.
It's unfortunate.
Like, it's a show that I'm probably gonna finish just because we are on episode 8, and there's, 4 episodes left. Yeah, I'll probably finish it, but it's not gonna be. It's not one that is. There was a lot of promise after that. There was a lot of promise after that first episode, and it just sort of didn't really. It hasn't
capitalized on it.
Yeah, it hasn't followed through on it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
But we should probably move on to our next show, which is Nier Automata version 1.1a Part 2.
Oh boy, depression. Oh, yeah. Not a whole lot to really talk about because things have more closely been following the game. The frickin' machine virus starts infecting pretty much the entirety of Yorha, and 2B and 9S are the only ones really left. They escape the bunker, but they get separated, and 2B, well, kind of just ends up biting the bullet. The virus infected her, and but she runs into A2, and A2 pretty much inherits her memories and just and finishes her off. Of course, 9S walks in and just sees that.
The most inopportune moment, of course. Yeah,
literally the worst moment, the worst possible moment.
Yeah.
He loses it, but a storm happens and they kind of get separated before anything else happens beyond there. And then we get another look at A2's backstory, which you already knew most of by this point because it was in the first half of the show, but there was just a little more insight there, and it was more through her perspective. But not a whole lot that was really new there. It's just like, yep, that's tragic and depressing. All her friends died. It's very sad. But yeah, and that's where I'm at right now. Still really good, just not really too many surprises right now. Of course, there's also the alternate endings with the puppets. One of them being 9S and 2B hiding in a locker to escape the virus, but of course, because 2B was wearing her mask, it turns out it wasn't actually 2B, it was someone else, and 2B just ends up dying. Another one was where the remnants of the resistance are at this bar just drinking over the fall of Yorha and complaining about the machines, even though the bartender is a machine life form. And it turns out that the booze they were drinking was made from machine parts, and they get infected with the virus, and then the world ends. So yeah, good fun. I like the alternate endings. But yeah, that's more Nier. It's very cheerful. But we're getting closer to the end now. I'm curious to see if it'll do more alternate things. It feels like they're going to, based on the opening, but it's hard to tell for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, but good stuff. I'm enjoying it. There's also some like hidden references here and there that were I mentioned it last time as well. References to freaking Nier Reincarnation, the goddamn mobile game that got shut down, of all things. So
Were you genuinely expecting Yoko to not do Yoko bullshit?
no, it's just weird to see regardless. It's like you get a shot of the moon, and there's this Yorha android there, and it's like, oh, that's the one from the freaking mobile game. God damn it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thank God I have deers to save me.
Well, moving on to another one of your shows, it is No Longer Allowed in Another World.
I'm upset at the show because it's like every time I decide to start watching it, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it, and then I watch it, I'm like, shit, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens next.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows where it's like, I don't know if I'll stick with it, and then I feel like I have to stick with it because I'm actually genuinely enjoying it, even though it's nothing like mind blowing, but I'm still really enjoying it. So the I mentioned it before, but in this world, there's a lot of other worlders that were isekai'd here to defeat the demon lord or whatever. But the majority of other worlders end up abusing their power because they're all assholes. One of them just started kind of taking over this village, and it turns out that Dazai, or they just call him Sensei in the show, but he's Dazai. Sensei's apparent isekai ability is the ability to send otherworlders back to their own world. So that pretty much works out because it's revealed that otherworlders have completely taken over the Demon Lord's throne and just intend to do just the worst things to everyone. So, we have a new soft goal there. It's also implied that one of the otherworlders there is Dazai's beloved, who was isekai'd with him, but they were separated when they got there.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that pans out. And then we find out Tama's secretly a princess. Tama's the cat girl. We find out she's secretly a princess who kind of just ran off on her own to do whatever the hell she wanted. But her home got taken over by, you guessed it, an otherworlder, who just has the power of gluttony. He can create this giant mouth that eats things, and he actually eats them. And it's, eats people, eats pretty much anything, really. And, yeah, so creepy. But they're dealing with that right now. Yeah, overall, it's just really good stuff. One thing I really like about this show is that Dazai, well, I was concerned about him being very one note. It turns out he's actually very good at like reading people and understanding them very well. And he takes a genuine interest in, seeing what they're about and potentially writing stories about them as well. So just when he gets involved in a new situation, it's interesting to see how he'll react to it. He still wants to die, of course, but he still has an ultimate goal in mind. So he still tries sometimes. Yeah, he's one of my favorite parts of the show. And it's just pretty enjoyable. Much more enjoyable than I expected.
Good.
That's good.
Let's move on then to One Piece.
Another pretty enjoyable show.
So.
Man, I
Wow.
can't believe Garp was willing to fist an entire island of pirates to save Kobe.
Okay.
One moment.
So good. Like, it was legitimate peace. Yeah. Galaxy Impact was, like, superbly animated. I'm not surprised you went with the Beppa screenshot, though, Mil.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they went hard on a lot of stuff these past several episodes, but it was Galaxy Impact they went the hardest on, followed by Garp versus Kuzan and Beppo going ham on the Blackbeard Pirates. Just absolutely stellar animation all around.
Mm-hmm.
When Toei pops off, they pop off.
Yeah. No, I can,
But,
you know, as a World Trigger fan, can definitely attest to that.
But they've gone to the beginning of the referee flashback now. So I'm excited to see what... I think next week we'll finally get to hear Emu's voice. Which
Oh
will
shit! Okay.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be a big reveal.
Mm.
Because, like, yeah, no, we don't know a lot about what Emu looks or sounds like yet, because Oda has been doing his silhouette piece thing with Emu for 200 chapters now, I think? 200 chapters now. Then again, Wano just did not have a lot of outside character stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, it'll be interesting to finally find out what Emu sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Just has an incredibly high-pitched voice like Pika.
God. Wouldn't that be funny?
My boyfriend just finished Dressrosa. He's been reading the manga, and I'm like, oh, you gotta hear Pika's voice. I showed him a clip. He lost it. It's so funny.
It's very funny.
It's so funny, and it's equally as funny in the dub as well. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of, well, two things speaking of dub. The dub has reached Fem Law, so...
oh boy.
I believe Matt Mercer is just pitching his voice the fuck up. But it was a very funny clip that I watched. Second, the fucking dub is coming to the BBC in the UK.
You know what that means, Mel? You have to watch all of it.
No. I will watch episodes here and there. But yeah, right this fucking second, people in the UK can watch One Piece dubbed all the way up to the end of Skypiea.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece has gotten more available lately, and I really like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've also released bits
yeah.
and pieces of like pre-production image stuff for or production images from the One Piece as well.
Yeah, the One Piece, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. On the one hand, yeah, it's really good because, unfortunately, the way that, the Blu-rays and DVDs are done, it's just not feasible to, buy all of them. Because they're doing it in fucking, like, 12 or 24 episode batches, and there's 1,000 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I'm hesitant to, fucking celebrate too much about, physical media going away more. But unfortunately, One Piece is one of those series where it is just so difficult to actually do anything with it physically because of its length.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea how the fucking Japanese fans cope, considering they get like fucking 3 or 4 episodes of fucking Blu-ray set.
It's so bizarre how they do it over there, and like that shit's
especially
like,
given
that's not
that
cheap
living
either.
space tends to be pretty small in Japan.
It's
like, where do they keep all of it?
I don't know. It's like I I want to start like collecting more anime Blu-rays, but it's like
Dang.
even over here, like that shit can get pretty expensive.
Oh no, absolutely.
Even, but it's just over there. I can't imagine what it's like to be a collector.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta have bank for that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, we'll say, like, beyond the animation and production values have been continually impressive with the Toei anime, and especially with like stuff like the Galaxy Impact, which was a single, admittedly very big panel in the manga. They turned into like a full-ass 2-minute sequence of Garp just dropping a tactical nuke in the middle of a city, basically.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if they're gonna go extra like that, I am all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I absolutely pity the collectors who are trying to collect all of this series in any format, really.
I mean, yeah, I pity the people who are fucking volume only and like get the physical volumes, because Jesus Christ.
The thing
Not
is,
to mention like how some of the cliffhangers pan out with some of the volumes, like the infamous chapter 900 is a volume ender.
I mean, obviously,
something else is that like sorry to interrupt.
That's right.
Something else with the volumes is that like a lot of them, like for any anime really, they usually have like really nice unique art on them for every single volume. So if you're like a really hardcore collector, it's like, ooh, I love that art. You know, you gotta collect it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Gotta catch them all.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be fair,
gotta catch them all.
the one bonus about a bonus about One Piece, the One Piece manga, is you can at least get it in, you know, fucking box sets, but that's still, you know, a significant amount of volumes.
Yeah, so it's about like 10 box sets.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, I see them go on sale pretty frequently, but I'm waiting till the series is all finished, and then I'm just gonna buy whatever colossal bundle they do of all of them, even though it'll cost them a lot of money, but it's a lot of manga, so.
I mean, just you know, make sure to also budget for the bookshelf. You absolutely gonna have to
You're
buy
going
it
to
for
need an
just
entire ass bookshelf.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry,
just
I got
One
that
Piece.
planned. I got that planned out. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Don't forget to leave shelf space for all the spin-offs, like the light novels and the gag manga.
Let's calm down.
Let's not get crazy here.
The only volumes of One Piece I own is the one where Gear 5 first shows up, and the one with the Ace story thing with that was done by Boichi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I bought the volumes for most of Alabasta way back when, and I think that and volumes 1 or I have volume 1 for One Piece.
I've never bothered collecting One Piece physically. I knew I was never gonna have the money to do it properly.
Yeah, the thing is, I've gotten into a thing of collecting manga, so I have this need to collect One Piece since it's one of my all-time favorites.
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, I absolutely get it.
Mighty need.
Yeah, no, I absolutely get it. I mean, at this point, I'm trying to limit myself to manga that I can't get on Viz.
Yeah.
But even then, you know, I'm still buying volumes for stuff like Elusive Samurai and Akane Banashi, and I'll probably fucking buy the first volume of Kagurabachi when it comes out.
I've been doing that with Kaiju number 8 and the Eminence and Shadow light novels.
See, with light novels at least, it's not too many for most series, unless you're getting just stuff like Slime.
No, it's not too bad.
I kind of want to read the Slime light novels, but I know how many there are, and it's so upsetting.
I believe volume 20 is on the horizon.
Oh boy.
Not only do I not really have the money, I don't have the time at the moment.
I told you, I've read 10 of the light novels for Slime.
I mean, look, if they were to do a fucking audiobook of the Slime light novels, I'd get that shit in an instant. I could do audiobooks.
Oh, same.
I'd just fucking use Audible credits, but you know, yeah, they're just not doing them apparently. Not yet, anyway. Which is weird. Anyway, we've gotten very much off topic here. So.
Yep.
One Piece good, as always.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
as always.
If still, you know, somewhat slow, but you know, to be expected.
Yep. Here's what it is.
But let us move on to Oshi No Ko Season 2.
That's a wrap on the play arc, y'all. Best arc of the series.
Yeah,
Hell,
pretty
yes.
much, yeah. And now we're gearing up for a certain reveal.
Oh yeah, that fucking cliffhanger at the end of the last episode, that's fun.
Yeah.
It's wild that they're doing all this shit here when we have, like, when the manga is almost done.
Yeah.
Speaking of manga that are ending soon.
Gee, so many manga are ending soon. Jesus.
Yeah, no, this year has been, like, a big year for manga ending. It's wild.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so Himekawa is Aqua's half brother.
Yep. They share a father.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, curious what the story there is. Ooh. It is an interesting story. But yeah, and the stage play itself was pretty fantastic in every episode.
Yeah, no, they popped off with the animation constantly, made some really interesting directorial choices, and just, like, the voice acting was on fucking point.
Yeah, they popped off a little too hard, apparently, considering that next episode's a recap, and then I hear there's production issues for the remaining episodes as well.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Kobo.
It's pretty unfortunate, but not too surprising, considering that, again, they also have Alya that they're working on, which, I mean, it's still, like, a separate team, but there is some crossover there. So it's like, unfortunate. But it
Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it do be like that. I just hope the staff's alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did incredible work for every episode of the stage play. Every character got their moment. And it was just fantastic. Not a whole lot to really say. As you can see by the screenshot, I'm a fan of a certain moment featuring Akane.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love Kana? Anyone
Yeah.
who doesn't love Kana is a fool.
Yeah. Pretty messed up what what both of them went through when they were in their early stages of acting.
Yeah. Also, gotta say, it is incredible that the series did so much to make me like Melt.
Yeah. They went a little too hard with Melt.
No, I think they went just right with him.
Yeah. Melt got his moment, and I'm really happy for him.
Same.
Yeah.
It's a really good moment.
Yeah. But lots of real good stuff. We only have a few episodes left, and we're pushing on to the next stage, which will be fun. Because it involves the development of a certain character, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But as of right now, really fun stuff.
Yep.
Hope Dogakobo's okay.
Hope the animators are okay.
Yeah. But I think we can move on.
Alright, let us move on then to Pseudo Harem.
You know, Mel, it's very funny that you dropped it when you did because of the reasons that you did. Because literally an episode or two later, they started going out.
My issue wasn't that wasn't necessarily that they weren't going out. It's just more that I was just like, I can read this in the manga and still be fine.
No, that's fair.
Also, the pacing thing. Have they hit retirement age yet?
No, but he had just graduated. So he's in college now, and she's third year.
Mm-hmm.
But they are formally in a relationship now, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Had the nice little snowy confession and everything. And yeah, the interactions continue to be cute, and they have utilized the ensemble here and there as well to help balance out the cast a little bit, which has been nice. There's one bit where she's worried that AG is popular in college because someone confessed to him, and it turns out no, most everyone in his college group knows full well that he's a dweeb. They like him, but they still know he's a dweeb.
Yeah.
So I do like bits like that. Yeah. There's not much else to say about this. The romance has been very nice and fluffy, and the comedy's been pretty funny. Yeah, no, I very much enjoy this. It's a nice fluffy romance. Probably not my favorite of the season, but there's a lot of really good romances this season.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright.
We should probably move on.
Yeah, let us move on to quality assurance in another world.
So, two big things have happened in the most recent set of episodes. One, most of the playtesters who were antagonistic have all been dealt with, or at least the ones that we know of, in a suitable fashion, of course. And we've finally been introduced to the last main party member from the OP, Hira, who is she's fun. She's really fun. There's also the dynamic that she brings to the team with her dealing with Amano and Haga as well. They all bounce off each other really nicely. But yeah, no, the other playtesters are, just being general assholes and lording it over, having a good time, just abusing the NPCs and all that. And they get defeated by being basically blown away. So they are all just floating, taking advantage of their god mode powers and stuff. They get blown away through a loading screen area, and because they, instead of taking the time to go through it slowly and wait for the loading process to happen naturally, they just float past, let it happen, let themselves drift by, and then they get stuck in the loading cycle because they're buffering, because they didn't take the time to go through. And it's unclear when they will get out of that. They've also lost that. They also got their god mode tablets taken away, so that helps to restrict them. But yeah, Rip Bozo, I guess. But no, this has been really interesting. Of an exploration of like what it's like to inhabit a slightly broken game while having no idea when or how you'll be able to escape. And just trying your best to either do your job or drown yourself in what's around you. This has probably been the most interesting take on a video game set isekai that I've seen, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's definitely worthwhile.
Because
it really takes advantage of the fact that it is set in a video game.
I have no time.
I know you don't have time. I'm recommending it to broadly everyone.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I have no time.
Time? What's that?
Yeah. Look, if I'm going to pick up a show on this list, it's probably going to be Magical Girl and Evil Lieutenant.
Yeah, because that's the least time constraint of Anya.
And it looks fun from what I've seen of it.
Also true, it's very fun. You will enjoy it.
And if I was going to pick up a show after, other than that, it would probably be Nokotan.
Yeah, Nokotan is very funny. But this one is good. I would definitely recommend this one.
Alright.
Now on to your show, Mill.
Well, onto the run of my fucking shows. Because up next we have Red Cat Ramen. So I was only able to watch 3 episodes of this. It's a lot of fun. Like there's 3-4 segments in each episode, and they've all been pretty good. The animation is still fairly shit, but it's not really. It's not a show that necessarily needs to look amazing. I would say there was a weird bit in episode 5 where Mikio's like associate, whatever, called Goshagawara entered the picture, who is apparently cat obsessed, which makes the cats feel uncomfortable. Which, not great. But the main the main segment I would say in episode 4 was that Sabu is apparently a gamer and like games on a PC, which is fucking great. And it turns out he's actually quite good at it, which got all the other cats really worried that he would quit working in the ramen restaurant to be a pro gamer. There was a segment in episode 5 that actually followed on from one in 4, because a woman came in with her friend and was really upset because she doesn't eat very much, but she really wants to, support the restaurant. Episode 5, she just brings in this fucking giant of a dude who she does not know in any way, but she brought here to eat a bunch of fucking ramen. And
seems reasonable.
And he eats like so much fucking food. Turns out he's an absolute gentleman who is like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be, asking random dudes to follow you to a ramen restaurant. Just call me. I'll come whenever you need. I liked the ramen here. We also got some ramen experts come in episode 6, which was a fun segment, and we also got introduced to, let me just get her name up, Barat's mama, who is voiced by Romy Park.
Oh, that's amazing.
Who is basically a bar owner, I think the bar is like pretty much just next to the ramen restaurant, and she looks out for the cats when they need it. What is also great is that Sasaki is apparently a nepo cat and owns a fucking house.
How does that work?
I don't know, but you know how those people leave their stuff to cats when they die? I think that was what happened.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of, but this only came up because Yashiro's been worrying about her weight because she keeps eating for the free meal she gets between shifts, because obviously they have a lunchtime period and they have a dinner time period, and the meal that Yashiro will eat in that break period is usually ramen, which is obviously quite a heavy food. So after work, she decides to get a salad, and she just, as she's eating the salad, she sees fucking Sasaki in the back of a fancy car, licking one of those fucking semi-liquid cat treats. You know what I mean? I do not know what they're called. But just licking one of those in the back of a car like it's a fucking cigar, and it's just what the fuck? But yeah, this is still enjoyable. Like I like the dynamics the cast have with each other. Fucking Bunzo is still great. Kenjiro Suda does Nya, but he hasn't done the full like cute Nya yet. It's mostly just the like fucking ramen cook Nyas, which is a weird sentence now that I think about it. But yeah, no, I'm still enjoying Red Cat Ramen. I think it's still a good show. Again, as long as you can get past the animation, you'll enjoy it, I'm certain. But let us move on to our next show, which is Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I would probably say this is towards its last legs for me. You know, I talked about enjoying Red Cat Ramen's cast. I don't really enjoy the cast in this show. Also, fucking wild, okay? Episode 5 is focused on the two older kids, Kinta and Yui. Kinta's just a fucking dick. Like, he has been nothing but a dick the entire show, but he is apparently more of a dick to Yui than anybody else. Yet Yui sticks by his side. As it turns out, this is because apparently he saved Yui at some point in the past. As a result, she is now following him. He does not remember that, because as it turns out, Yui is a fucking crane that got transformed into a human by aliens.
What?
Yeah!
What? Huh?
I'm not even joking. Like, Yui Kinta manages to accidentally break the contract that Yui has with these aliens, and so she turns back into a crane. And they find it, and this fucking spaceship just appears and says, "Yeah, we turned this fucking crane into a human girl. But now she's broken the contract, so you gotta prove that she's made connections as a human before we turn her back." Okay, you proved it. Cool, we're gonna transform her. We'll be on our way. Bye, guys. Bye. Nothing is mentioned about that in episode 6.
All
They
right.
just move on from the fact that aliens exist.
Sure.
Okay then.
Yeah. There's Kappas in episode 4. They were relatively cute. They're fully on board. Episode 6 was probably the most video gamey because they had a boss battle type thing. But they've got their first rice harvest now, so they're feeling pretty happy. And it apparently powered Sakuna up enough that she was able to defeat the fucking giant ghost skeleton Ashigumo thing and make it die a golem death. Because they were fighting inside a fucking volcano. It fell into the lava, so yeah. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna be giving this maybe an episode or two, and it's gonna have to do some actual shit for me before I just go, I'd rather play the game.
Gotcha.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily bad. Like, it's definitely I would say it's definitely past sort of the midpoint for video game adaptations. Unfortunately, that scale is, quite low. Because most video game adaptations fucking suck.
Yep.
Let's move on to an actually really fucking good show with Sengoku Youko Part 2.
We finally hit the time skip.
Yeah, kind of just suddenly. It's like, okay, sure.
Also, Rip Ashikaga Yoshiteru.
Yoshiteru went out like a fucking badass, though.
The goat.
Yeah.
Man was a fucking demon.
Also
Holy
gives us
shit.
confirmation as to what time period this is taking place in.
Yeah, this is Sengoku period. Towards the beginning of it.
1565 is the exact date. Well, was the exact date before the 8-year time skip.
Yep. The tail end of the Ashikaga shogunate, right when the Warring States period has.
I still
kicked off.
I still can't get over that. It's like I blinked and then an 8-year time skip happened. It's like,
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it?
Okay. It's Mizukami, buddy, I love you, but I can never get used to your damn pacing, man.
To a certain extent, I think the pacing did hurt that that arc a little bit. In that it really did just feel like we got introduced to Yoshiteru and then he fucking died.
Mm-hmm.
I think it still worked pretty fucking well, but there was just an element of, oh good, we're here and he's gone.
No, they did a pretty good job getting me attached to him.
No,
so
I said I was
I
attached
agree.
to him. I also think it sort of, I don't know, kind of hurt the Mudo fight. I mean, what also didn't hurt the Mudo fight is that it felt like they were fucking taking a lot of shortcuts animation-wise.
Yeah, they're taking shortcuts, unfortunately, which sucks because like the music's going hard,
Yeah.
and you don't see a lot of the action.
Yeah.
It's like... And then meanwhile, we get an actual fight. Kind of.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look.
It's more of a stop than a fight, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Fucking, Teru seemed fairly convinced he was gonna die, but he sure wasn't fucking acting like it, because he seemed like he was fairly set on cutting his way through the entirety of Hisahide's army.
God, that scene's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then meanwhile,
legend.
we've got a fucking sci-fi aspect, because those cloaked motherfuckers are apparently fucking...
Time travelers.
Time
I'm
travelers
traveling
who were...
aliens?
I mean, they're apparently fucking Senya's descendants, but they time traveled from the past to the future?
No, they're not descendants.
No.
There's ancestors, I think.
Yeah, there's ancestors, I'm pretty sure.
Are
They're
you
probably just like related. They're not like ancestors. I'm assuming that Jinan like just fled from the Void People and just ended up having a kid. So
Are you sure they said? Are you sure they didn't say descendants? Because I thought they did.
I don't think they did, but I
think
could
they
be
said
wrong.
that Senya is their descendant.
Oh, okay. I've been watching a lot of episodes. Okay.
Yeah. So Jinan's probably related to one of them.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Or all
That
of
makes
them.
more sense. That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yes, as you reminded me, yes, Yoshiteru died, but now he's a fucking sword.
Yeah, now he's a fucking sword. Let's go.
Just fucking, I do love like Senya's sort of resolution to like his arc in that sense of, let's just have some fucking fun here, especially considering he fucking name dropped Doran.
Yeah.
And it makes me hope that maybe he wasn't obliterated in the explosion at the end of part 1.
Yep. I mean, Doran is popping up in the OP, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Senya's a nice young man now
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
with mastery over his powers.
And unfortunately,
Although he doesn't have the sword for some reason.
But unfortunately, Tsukiko has taken some of the worst aspects from Shinsuke, including the drinking.
The most hilarious aspects of Shinsuke.
And, you know, clearly they haven't gotten together in that 8-year time skip because the Kadawara are still, like, getting on Senya's case for not asking her out.
Yes, they should, bro. It's been 8 years. You've been training with her for 8 years. There's clearly something between you two.
Yeah.
Come on. You're killing me, man. You're telling me that you can. You're telling me that you can take control of like the 1,000 demons that live inside of you, but you can't ask a girl out. Like seriously. I love Senya.
One task is more
I love Senya.
than another.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Shinsuke has managed to find something resembling inner peace. Zanzo's got 3 kids, and yet these two idiots can't just kiss.
Zanzo's so funny! Zanzo has a whole family! It's like, whoa, okay. I'm glad Shinsuke's calmed down.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got the bags, but he definitely does look a lot better now. He seemed a lot happier and more secure in himself.
Plus, we know he'll be reuniting with a certain someone soon anyways.
Yeah,
so.
fucking well better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, Tama and Senya, and to a lesser extent Tsukiko, are going to be reuniting with somebody real soon, and I really fucking hope they have a plan to deal with him.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do there, cause
I mean, last time we saw Jinka, he wasn't really in the talking. Well, internally he was, but externally there wasn't a lot of talking going on.
Yeah, he was too busy going all, Billy and Tail Fox mode.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly, the Void people can call upon Jinka's power, it seems like, so that's a wrinkle.
Well,
shit.
It does seem like they're going after these like big fucking powers in this time period. I mean, as said, they went after Jinka, they went after Teru, and now they're after Senya.
Yeah.
Also, this may not. I don't know how much of a big reveal this was for other people, but fucking Tama is Tamamo no Mai.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like that was supposed to be obvious.
I mean, it probably should have been, but I had to.
It makes sense, and her name is Tama. I don't know why I didn't piece that together sooner.
Yeah, I mean, again, outright in my notes, I just went, wait. Tamamo no Mai? That's who Tama is? Motherfucker!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was... Again, that feels like something that was just obvious and literally right in your face.
Yeah,
but
it might be more obvious for the Japanese audience who is obviously more familiar with her. But yeah. God damn it.
I'm mad at myself for not really piecing that together. It's right there, and it makes perfect sense. I don't know.
I mean, hey, she's, her fucking stone split, so she's been freed now.
Yeah.
God.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. But, obviously, we're now in the time skip period. We're just gonna have to see what fucking happens from here. We still got a while to go.
Yeah, we still have a lot of episodes left, so I'm like, oh, what the fuck are we gonna do next? I love this show. This show's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This show is very good. As said, just a bit of a shame about those animation shortcuts during the Senya Mudo fight.
I feel like they'll make up for it later.
I hope so. I do hope so. I mean, we may be starting a fucking fight with Jinka right now. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Also, we don't know what happened to Muto in those 8 years, so.
I believe Tago said that he he left and said something about learning human martial arts.
Yeah, so I really want to see the results of that.
But yes, I'm imagining he's gonna come back with a fucking vengeance. Also, just
looking forward to it.
Yeah, just a little bit. I love how shameless that innkeeper was. Here's some free booze.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, there's been some trouble on the mountain. It'd be real nice if some kind, strong travelers took care of it.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Salty, what's that?
But yeah, no, Sengoku Youko, still fucking great. Still fucking great.
Yeah, I can't wait for more.
Same.
But
also, I just noticed that this list is very backloaded alphabetically speaking.
yeah, it really is. It really fucking is.
Lots of S's and
Because I mean,
T's in there.
we skip from E to M basically.
Yeah. Yes, let us move on to something that's a little bit more low key.
It's still fucking amazing though, because we move on to Senpai is an Otokonoko. I gotta confess something here. It's once again a slideshow of images, and I accidentally made all of them Ryuchi.
I hate the emotional turmoil.
Oh
I
no,
get from this show.
no, this show is fucking killing me. This show is killing me every single episode, but I love it. I mean,
also my poor boy, he's just going through it.
I love that little arc, those like 2-3 episodes where Makoto just seemed dead set on Ryuji being interested in Saki, despite Ryuji saying time and time again, "No, I'm not interested in her. You hang out with 2 people and you know who I'm interested in. It's a 50-50. Figure it out, Makoto."
It's the girl with no eyes.
There are so few options for who Ryuji could have been interested in, and you kept picking wrong.
Poor Ryuji.
Yeah, but hey, Ryuji and Makoto are going out now, though I am very, very worried about Makoto potentially doing it just to get things back to normal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see this ending well, unfortunately, which makes me sad because like I want them to have a happy ending.
Yeah.
And
Meanwhile, fucking Saki is going through it because of a deadbeat fucking dad.
God damn it.
Like,
to be fair, it's a bit harsh to call him deadbeat, but
nah, okay, maybe not deadbeat, but he's an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole there.
Like,
but he clearly cares about her, but he's not putting her first like he should.
No, he's not willing to put her first. He refuses to do it.
Yeah. Which like that's almost worse because it's like you're almost leading her on, you know.
And it's clear that this and whatever happened with her fucking mum has, absolutely traumatized Saki and is the reason for all of her issues. Her very, very many issues. Like, I even wondered in episode 8 if like Saki's interest in whales is something that she's done purposefully to try and make sure her dad likes her, which is not something you want to ever have to think about.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, what? Why'd you put that thought in my head?
I'm sorry, but it was what came into my head when Saki was visiting her grandma, and she was like, "Oh yeah, your dad mentioned like how nice it was that you're so interested in whales," and there was just a look on Saki's face that just made me go, "Oh no, Saki, no, please don't tell me you're doing this." I mean, on the plus side of parents, Makoto's dad is the fucking best.
Yeah. Like it's kind of fucked up because, like, sorry to interrupt real quick.
Go ahead.
It's kind of fucked up because it's like I remember when Aoi's dad was first introduced, and I'm like, oh, good, another great father in this series. We have some great fathers in this show. That god damn it, god.
I mean, we haven't even fucking seen Ryuji's.
Yeah.
At least the rest of Ryuji's family seems pretty great, to be fair.
Yeah, Makoto's dad is absolutely the GOAT, though. Absolutely. Yeah. He's fantastic.
What route do you think that Makoto is going down, gender-wise? Because I'm getting a non-binary vibe, to be brutally honest.
I think so too. I really do think that's probably the case. Because it doesn't feel like he's like really set on either.
I mean, what it seems like is like he prefers the, you know, feminine stylings, but not that he actually feels like a girl.
Yeah, he doesn't dislike being a boy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards sort of femme presenting non-binary, but we'll obviously see. I mean, part of it is this fucking society just fucking sucks. Okay.
Yeah, I remember the whole Ryuji episode with his flashback. It's like, oh man.
Like, society just fucking sucks. Like, and the fact that we'll just live in, and especially in Japan, obviously, it is just such a gendered society that, you know, Makoto feels that pressure to, you know, identify as a girl just to be able to dress in feminine clothing. I mean, I actually started reading a series quite recently that sort of almost puts this into puts the issues about over this sort of into practice almost. On and off work-life balance, where the girl dresses very sort of gender-neutral punk, and the guy dresses very feminine Lolita styles. And, you know, a lot of it is about, you know, gender non-conforming stuff, yet you've got people saying, oh, why couldn't it just be Yuri? Why couldn't the guy just be a girl dressing in Lolita? And it's like, you're missing the fucking point of the series.
Yeah, that's not the point, my friend. I mean, trust me, I want more Yuri in this world as well, but that's not what this is going for. That's not what it's supposed to be.
It's a really interesting series. Kind of queer. I mean, obviously it's some kind of queer, but, you know, this show is breaking me every time, but I'm still enjoying it so much. And part of it is just thanks to Ryuji. Ryuji is the solidifying aspect of the show that keeps it from being too depressing.
Yeah. What I love about the show is that, like, this is all very real. Like, these things that actual kids go through to a certain extent. These are just a bunch of kids, like, going through and figuring themselves out and just living their lives and just dealing with unfortunate circumstances. And but it's all real. Like, unless you have a perfect childhood, you could relate to at least one of these characters in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I really like about it.
I mean, you know, as an aromantic person, I'm identifying with Saki's struggle right now. Like, yeah. That feels so real. I don't know if that's the route they're going to go down with her, but, you know, that is...
But you understand.
I very much understand these struggles that she is going through. And, you know, also to an extent, the people-pleasing aspect of it, which, you know, great.
Yeah. I unfortunately relate to all three characters.
Yeah.
So it's rough.
Yeah.
But it's why I love this show, because it's like, it gets it. It's real.
Yeah.
And I love these characters. I want them all to just be happy and okay. Yeah. And things are not okay, and that's killing me.
Yeah. But it the worst part is, again, episode 8, it made me very happy that Saki called Ryuji.
I love that so much. I absolutely adore that.
And I'm so, you know, obviously, because Ryuji is a prince amongst men, came instantly.
Yes.
And, you know, I was like, because I 100% thought the suspicious person was going to be Saki's dad. Just, you know, fucking about. Turns out it wasn't, but, you know, which makes it worse. But, you know, especially when Saki, you know, opened the door and was acting her usual cheerful self, I was like, oh, you know, it was Saki's dad, he's actually coming now, it's fine. And then that zoom in on the wet hair and the trembling hands and just, oh, Saki. Oh, Saki. And then her fucking saying, oh, I only called you because I thought you disliked me. And that meant that me bothering you to call you out here because I was scared that some fucking random dude was watching me through my bathroom window meant that you wouldn't, you know, you already disliked me, it wouldn't change anything. And then the whole fucking, oh god, if neither of us ends up with each other, can I live with you and we can be alone together? Fucking god! Oh, this show is killing me. God, but I love it. This is up near the top of my list.
Yeah, it is for me too. It's so fucking good.
I both hate and love this series.
Yeah.
In the best way possible.
If my list weren't so packed with stuff already, I'd probably be watching this right now, but...
Yeah.
I remember being like worried about like the love triangle aspect of this show, and then it turns out to not really be much of a thing at all.
I mean, there's a little bit of oh boy, because it seems like Makoto is getting a little bit flustered and worried about Saki in that sense. Which, oh boy, here we go. But obviously, Saki has a significant amount of issues to get through before that's ever going to become an issue.
Yeah. I like how we have to deal with a whole series of issues before dealing with another particular issue.
Yeah.
Which involves another issue as well. And it's
But yeah, I mean, if this doesn't end up being a full adaptation, I'm going straight to the fucking webcomic. instantly.
I think I'll have to do the same, but we'll see what happens.
Like, I'm instantly going to it if it's not a full adaptation, but we shall see.
Yeah.
We should probably move on to our next show, which is Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary. I'm still enjoying this. This is still ridiculously low-key, but I'm enjoying it.
As was said, who the hell puts that kind of spicy shit on a pastry?
Oh god, the end of that episode was so funny to me, because I didn't figure out that Yuki was the one who'd taken it. I absolutely didn't figure out until the end, when they actually...
I didn't either. It was like, it should have been obvious, but... when they, lined everything up, and I just suddenly went, oh no, was that why Yuki? Oh no, it was 100% Yuki! She wouldn't be able to resist something sweet! Oh no, that was why she was crying! Oh no, that poor girl! Yep. She has a hell of a sweet tooth.
Yeah. Obviously, before that, we got the mini arc with the fucking dude who stole Yuki's bike, which was okay. And we've learned that Yuki apparently has a fucking big temper. And wanted to break Sakagami into little pieces. Though it definitely feels like there's more to Yuki than just that. That's, sort of issues in that sense. Though obviously we'll see. And I enjoyed fucking Jogoro turning into a criminal mastermind to get get another one of those fucking cakes.
Yep. I love the whole bit of him scheming and plotting. It's like, my dude, you are trying to steal a cake from your not girlfriend.
To be fair, Yuki obviously takes her sweets very seriously, so he had to do it, and then he fucked up because he tried to wipe the sweat off his brow and realized he couldn't because he'd hidden stuff in his handkerchief.
He almost got away with it.
He almost got away with it, but yeah. No, as I said, I'm still enjoying the show. I'm obviously a couple episodes behind it still, but
As am I.
it's still a decent enough show, and visually it's, really pretty.
Yeah. No, it's really good looking. Consistently.
Yeah, I believe it's Lappin Track.
I believe so.
Yeah, Lappin Track, obviously studio that did Undead Murder Farce and Sarazanmai, so obviously it does look good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoy a good mystery series like this, and Jogoro is generally charismatic enough to, pull off being the lead, and there is enough interesting about Yuki to let her keep up with that as well. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. Honestly, it's a very chill, small mystery series. The mysteries are not. There are no.
It's a nice low-key mystery series, yeah.
Yeah, there are no, significant mysteries. I mean, to be fair, the Sakagami stuff ended up being pretty serious, but yeah. So yeah, we should move on to. Sorry, wrong one. Shy Season 2.
So good.
So gay.
Yeah. Even after she snapped out of it, Bills was still blushing him madly after that.
Yeah.
Not beating the allegations anytime soon.
No, not at all. The one negative thing I will say is just like in the first season, I do still think Shy is at its weakest when it does flashbacks. I don't know what it is about the flashbacks, but the second half of episode 18 was just very much okay, just gonna have to get through this, I guess.
Yep. I get it.
Because everything else I've been liking. I loved Doki and Mianlong's fight. I thought
That's great.
I thought the Kufufu and Spirit stuff was good. Really nice.
Also, fucking. Oh, sorry.
Continuation from that conflict at the end of the first season.
And of course, Stardust throwing hands with children was great.
Oh yeah, fucking Stardust just. His hands are rated E for everyone. He's gonna fucking punch the shit out of everyone. Or kick the shit out of everyone. But unfortunately, that was very much part of Stigma's plan.
Somehow.
And I'm looking forward to more of the Pilts and Hallelujah stuff.
Gonna be very interesting for sure.
I mean,
meanwhile, Teru's has to fight quite a foxy boss.
Boo.
I'm not apologizing.
You should.
No.
And let me just... There it is. I mean, yeah. First things first. Their parents are so fucking uncreative, you bastards.
Oh yeah, no. Anytime
Why would you do that? Yeah. Why?
You lazy bastards.
Anytime a parents name their kids, name twins with like either rhyming names or names that are a couple letters apart at most, it's just ridiculous to me.
It's almost kind of cruel, because like if you hear one, it's like, wait, oh, are you calling the other? It's like, what if you like mishear,
Yeah.
It's incredibly dumb.
But yeah, that bit at the end of episode 20, very not good. Very, very not good.
Yeah, things are not looking up.
Yeah, not great. Really not great, especially considering that seemed to be the plan to begin with. Clearly something in the plan required, the two of them fucking fusion dancing. Yeah. Also, fucking Kufufu boldly calling Spirit like insane when Kufufu's not exactly working with the full bowl of Wheaties herself.
Nope. She is not.
Full bowl of Wheaties. That's a new one for me.
But yeah, no, this has been very good. Little bits and pieces here that are obviously on the weaker side, but still pretty good. Looking forward to seeing how Shy does in these last, 4 episodes?
I think it's like 4 episodes left. Yeah. Let me double check, actually, because I'm curious.
Though, obviously we're nowhere near to actually properly taking out the hollow being that is Stigma, which was fucking terrifying.
Oh yeah, no, that's fucking creepy.
Though, obviously it does look like Stardust and Tokomaru are going to be joining the others in the bubble.
That'll be good. They need some backup. Because we got a couple down right now.
Well, Doki and Myeonlong have tied each other out. There's not going to be much going on there. Spirit seems to have talked down Kufufu for the most part.
Yeah.
Piltz is still shooting the shit out of Hallelujah. And yeah, Shy is in a bit of bother. She's been stabbed through the shoulder and sliced across the chest.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that shoulder stab looked painful.
Well, you know, Utsuro was threatening to cut off her arm, which, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't think I have anything left to say. Well, other than that, as we were mentioning for Senpais and Otokonoko, I cannot begin to even oppose Doki's goal, and gender norms are bullshit.
Correct.
Very true.
So let us move on to the next show, which is Spice and Wolf Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf. Are they fucking
not yet. They are entering inexorably closer to Bone Town, but they have not gotten there yet. Right now, it is kind of a whole thing of Hollow likes playing hard to get.
Right.
Is the thing.
Okay.
But yes, they have the chemistry remains lightning-like for them. Doesn't hurt that they have the whole thing of the most recent arc that wrapped up was basically Lawrence fucking with the pyrite market in the local town because of a bet he made with one dude who was trying to steal, get Hollow to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence was like, fuck that noise, I'm going to screw you over on this, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. It was a really good arc, honestly. Really well executed. A lot of tension there as to whether or not Lawrence could actually pull off his shit. But he made a gamble and it paid off quite well for him. And now we're in a new arc, which apparently has not been adapted to anime before.
Cool.
When they did Spice and Wolf the first time, they did volumes 1 through 3 and then volume 5.
Mm-hmm.
So they skipped volume 4, which is what they're adapting now in this anime. So that's interesting. Yeah, no, the setup for the new arc is really interesting so far, because they have a whole thing of, they're in a fairly isolated village looking for directions to a monastery that would give them more information. But it's, you know, a pretty isolated village, so it's very, you know, what's the word for it? Shit. Anyways, like, most of the people there are kind of a little bit closed off to Lawrence and Hollow, and don't want to share information with them. Or at least not yet.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I like the setup for the arc. It's very interesting, so it'll be neat to see where it goes from there.
Good. I'm glad you're still enjoying it.
I know you said you're going to try to check out the light novels at some point.
Yeah, I'm trying, but there's some motivation that needs to get up before I can do that.
I mean, they do have audio.
I know, that's what I mean. I've
most
got the audiobooks, but there's an element of, motivation to start something new.
I get you.
I probably should, especially considering it is J. Michael Tatum as the narrator. Which will obviously be very good because he's a very talented voice actor. But yeah, it's just about getting that mood going for it as well. I'm sure I will eventually, just out of boredom, if nothing else, having nothing else to listen to.
Yeah. You got a lot of options, but yeah, Spice Wolf is a good one to start with. Yes. Before I move on, though, to the first show to finish this season.
Just
ago.
very quickly, obviously, no idea if this is true, but it'd be fucking hilarious if it was. So apparently, the One Piece, the remake, has been planned since the last 4 or 5 years, since about 2019. And you know what Studio Wit did in 2019?
What?
It dropped Attack on Titan.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
It also dropped Vinland Saga, but that one's less funny to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, Vinland Saga they'd only had for 1 season.
Yeah, plus some staff was still retained on Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like, dropping a series after 1 season, that doesn't mean anything. Stuff shifts over to new studios from 1 season to another all the time.
Also,
after
there is
3 seasons, though.
There is some notable AOT staff on the One Piece.
Yeah.
So. Interesting.
Very curious.
So yeah, I literally just saw that and thought it was funny. So, but yes.
Yeah.
Let us move on to the first finish show of the season. It is a show that I still cannot watch, and at this point, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch legally. It is Suicide Squad Isekai.
Those transformation sequences were pretty dope, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that's some good fun. The whole Suicide Squad got some
magical transformation sequences.
Some magical armor that basically gave them whole ass magical girl transformations. They got some pretty cool outfits from that and some enhanced powers. Some good fun. That's the kind of shit I was hoping to see from this show, so I'm glad they delivered on that.
Yeah. Some of the other fantasy bullshit has also been pretty fun.
Yeah.
I am not surprised that the final big bad turns out to be a necromancer.
Yeah. Not too shocking.
Though, of course, the Joker winds up being the one behind fucking everything, because of fucking course he is.
Yeah, that's kind of the most insane thing. I did expect this Joker to get isekai'd. I didn't expect him to be, like, the secret wild card here, because it's revealed that Katana was Joker the whole time, and that Joker had also at certain points had also impersonated the other villains. So, and we aren't quite certain what he's up to, but it does seem like they're heavily teasing us another season.
Well, I'm sure Warner Bros. Has the money for it somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe they loot Zaslav's corpse, they can get the money.
I'm sure Wit could also use the money for the One Piece, so. If Nokotan doesn't give them enough.
I'm sure Nokotan will bankroll them for life.
So yeah, pretty interesting reveal there. It does explain why Harley was able to go one-on-one with Katana like that in a sword fight. It's Katana.
Yeah, no. I do love the whole thing where Rick Flagg's like, yeah, Katana's gone AWOL. And it's like, well, that's kind of funny because I'm standing right here.
But yeah, so some fun stuff. All in all, this was a pretty fun show. Nothing too groundbreaking or mind blowing, but if you like the Suicide Squad, I can pretty comfortably recommend it.
Mm-hmm. I will say Clayface was my favorite character on the squad.
Yeah, no, Clayface absolutely stole the show. He is a complete delight. Everyone got some pretty good moments though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But Clayface was consistently hilarious.
Like, there's that one bit where they have the whole bar ball starting, and you find out when he stands up that that Peacemaker wasn't wearing pants the whole time.
Yeah, that whole bar scene's one of my favorites in the whole show. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, this show is great.
Yeah. Some good stuff.
If you want to watch it, you might have to resort to yo-ho-hoing.
Yeah.
Or just use a VPN.
Yeah.
I don't want to use a VPN because that would mean signing up to what, Hulu or HBO
Or
Max,
Max.
both of which are kind of shit.
Correct.
Yeah. Although Hulu can go through Disney Plus now, so it is less shit, but still kind of shit.
So if you have a Disney Plus account, you should be able to make a workaround.
Oh, maybe I can. That's a point. Maybe I can. I'll check it once the stream is over.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, let us move on then to our next show, which is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 3. Yeah, this has been
the tournament next week.
This has been fun, yeah.
Yeah, some really good fun.
Oh yeah.
Though another couple of things that I feel like either I completely forgot about or were in the light novels and got skipped over in the anime. Because I do not remember that Ranga has been caring for a mystic fox.
Yeah, me too. Where the fuck did that fox come from?
That was one of Clayman's
You
fingers.
say that, I still don't remember it.
It was a pretty quick fight in the anime. I think they glossed over it. There was a lot going on that season.
Yeah.
For being honest.
And then
I don't remember that at all.
And then there was that dude who apparently struggled working construction and turned into a fucking opera conductor, which, you know, good.
I don't
good
remember
for them.
that from the light novel, but it has been a second since I read it. So.
Yeah.
They show an animated scene of it, so it happened in the anime at some point. I don't fucking remember that.
I mean, it's a minor thing, to be fair, in the end, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a construction work thing. That has nothing to do with mines.
I don't have access to the bonk stick, but I can.
Yeah, no, these episodes have been great. I do love the Reamer making a faux pas by mentioning chicken in front of Frey.
Yeah. It wasn't even the mentioning chicken in front of Frey. It was implying that it would be an issue because they're similar. That was the issue.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, did a good job salvaging that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just everyone discovering that sushi is, in fact, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was great.
We also
Although I don't know how monster fish sushi is, though.
Yeah. We also got introduced to Masayuki the hero, who, I'm going to be honest, he feels like he's going to find a kindred spirit in Rimuru.
Oh. You think so, huh?
Yeah, this guy seems like he has his own anime going on.
He basically is a hero of his own story.
Yeah.
Though I could
Which is
do
very funny.
I could do less of his hangers on.
Yeah,
that's kind of the point of this special skill, though.
yeah.
I know, but I
To
just,
make-
I just really want Rimuru or whoever Rimuru delegates this to give them a light stomping.
If any of them could just shut up just a little bit, that'd be great. Just a little bit. Just zip it.
I mean, that's the thing. Especially now that Rimuru has this fucking skill from Luminous. Like, it is just gonna be whoever ends up fighting these guys is gonna be a stomp. They're just gonna stomp them flat.
Oh yeah, we don't. They haven't announced who's going to be fighting in the tournament yet, have they?
No. The only
I
people
will
we know
say-
is Masayuki's group.
Yeah. I will say Rimuru and anyone of his level is not going to be involved, just because
I know, but
foregone conclusion.
like the deal was that if Masayuki's party won the tournament, they would face Rimuru or somebody equivalent to that.
True.
So I'm
You'll just
saying
have to see how it plays out.
Masayuki's party seems pretty likely to end up winning the tournament, but they are going to get stomped flat. There is not a doubt in my mind that they're going to get absolutely destroyed.
Yes, please.
It'll be fun seeing how y'all react to the tournament. It's a fun tournament.
Yeah.
I want a good tournament.
Meanwhile, I'm still fucking staring all suspicious at Yuki.
Yeah.
Sus.
So, Luminous mentioned two people clad in an ominous aura that Rimuru did seem to know about. Was that Yuki, or was that Yuki and Kigali, or was that somebody else?
Yuki is one of them. The other one is someone who's popped up a few times in the background here and there.
Is it Maribel?
You'll notice. Yes, it's a Maribel.
Yeah, I did notice that she was there at the dinner.
Yes, they've been putting her here and there in the background, in the foreground, very subtle-like, and it's pretty clever, honestly. She won't be super plot relevant for this season, though.
No, I definitely noticed her.
Good. Yeah, that's what they call setting things up for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fun season, and I really like how they've handled the shift to the more festival-focused stuff.
If nothing else, I like Rimuru's festival outfit and hairstyle. I think it works really well.
Yeah, Rimuru just wears that outfit really well.
Rimuru looks
Rimuru
good.
wears every outfit well. Let's be real.
He looks good in
Yeah.
everything at this point.
Yeah.
Rimuru is a pretty definite, yes.
Yeah.
Also, honestly, a lot of characters have really good fits for the festival. Like, you got the show dresses that Shuna and Shion have, you got Hinata's day dress, you got all the really cool fitted suits that some of the kings are wearing. And also the Tempest uniform, which is a great look.
Yeah. I also thought Shuna looked good in the fucking chef outfit, to be honest, as well.
Oh yeah, no.
Shuna is another one who can apparently pull off quite a few outfits.
I mean, that's what the ED's all about showcasing.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it.
In terms of the special opera outfits, I honestly think that Shion looks better with her hair down, and Shuna looks better with her hair up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, what was I gonna say? It was funny seeing Hinata taking care of the kids, though.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good chaperone in the sense that she won't take any of that shit.
Also, poor Tis Sensei, just absolute mind melting, realizing Rimuru was the actual king and demon lord.
I did not realize she didn't know that. So
Yeah, I thought they did by this point, so that's a little funny.
that
They
was
did
quite
not.
funny to see, yeah. I mean, I remember there being a shot during Rimuru's speech at the end of episode 67 of them looking shocked. I was like, I wonder why they're doing that. Oh, well.
I mean, I think So they knew that Rimuru was an Otherworlder and knew Shizu, and that's the extent to which they know about him.
Yeah.
At that point, and they also probably suspected that he's strong. But yeah, no, it's very fun.
No, it's definitely been good. I mean, obviously, it's a lot more low stakes than the past couple of seasons of Slime has been, but you know, it's nice to have that still.
It's good to have a cooldown after heating up a lot.
Though obviously, as you said, we're going to get some action with the tournament arc, which should hopefully be interesting.
It'll be a fun time, that's for sure.
I am still somewhat expecting more Demon Lords to show up. At the very least, I feel like Guy will show up. As I said, as I've said before, this feels like his kind of scene.
I mean, there's already a pretty variable smorgasbord of Demon Lords, both the current and former.
Yeah, that was a little bit confusing to me, because they said the Demon Lords have shown up, and then they showed a group shot of Milim, Carrion, and Frey. I was like, okay.
To be fair, I don't know how much the wider world knows about the actual shake-up to the Demon Lord.
I know. I'm not criticizing that. What I'm criticizing is the fact that they had the group shot, and then they had the individual shots of Carrion, Frey, and Milim, which confused me. Because I was like, wait, are those other Demon Lords that I've forgotten about?
Nope.
No, that's Carrion, that's Frey. Why didn't they do the individual shots first? That would have worked better.
Yeah. Yeah, you got those plus Luminous, plus Ramirez all hanging around.
Oh, and you know, Veldora at his food stand pseudonym.
Which is super incognito, let's be real.
It's so funny that he named it pseudonym. Like, clearly Rimuru told him, look, you need a pseudonym. I've got it!
Fucking...
He's so fucking stupid. He's so stupid and I love him.
Yeah, Veldora is great, I love the idiot.
Also, did we know that Yuki doesn't age?
No, I don't think it's been mentioned before, but it makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense because he does look quite young.
How old is he then?
He's probably maybe a bit older than Hinata, who's in her late 20s, I think.
Right. Because I was wondering if the reason why he was evil is because he's actually been here for quite a bit longer than we suspect, and he's just sort of getting sick of things.
Maybe. It's fun to see y'all speculating about these things.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Then again, I'm not that much farther ahead than you guys, than y'all are right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm, this is covering volumes 8 and 9. This part of the anime. The last volume I finished was volume 10.
Jesus Christ, 8-Bit is never going to be able to stop doing slime.
Nope.
To be fair, good for them, because they seem to enjoy doing it.
Consistent money stream.
I mean, yeah,
while.
this is a popular enough series that they're gonna at least be kept solvent by it if they keep doing it.
And we still got 4 episodes left in the season, so that's nice.
I mean, 8-Bit has also now got fucking Blue Lock as well, so that's gonna help them.
Having good money helps a lot.
Blue Lock's freaking huge.
Yeah.
They're also doing Shy this season. I forgot about that.
I also loved how kind of pissed off Gaza was about not being told about Rimuru's plans.
Yeah, because Rimuru really should have fucking communicated that to him.
Well, at least Gazel's only punishment was taking the last bagel.
Yes, that was great.
Also, Yom, Val Menace, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Far be it from me to confuse anyone in this series of having good naming sense. But yeah, at least he's gone and tied the knot
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, good for
them.
him. Good for them.
I do wonder how Grucius feels about it, unless they've just, formed a throuple.
Maybe. Who knows? Oh, speaking of thruples or love dodecahedral situations, fucking poor Betty Maru.
Oh god, Benny Maru, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, Benny Maru.
The poor Rizmaster just didn't realize what he stumbled into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I didn't like this arc. It's a really fun arc.
Slime is still good. Slime is still very, very good. And very, very, very fun.
Yeah.
But we should probably move on to our next sequel, which is Tower of God: Return of the Prince.
You mentioned earlier that you'd kind of just put this on the back burner to maybe check out later.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna binge the season at this point.
That's completely fair. Last weekend's episode had a very interesting concept. That was a whole thing of so I'm pretty sure this part of the comic was published about 10 years ago. So this is just like the author being super ahead of their time.
Okay.
And it's basically a bunch of people in tower asking ChatGPT for advice and getting very mixed results on it. Unsurprisingly, sometimes it works out great, sometimes not so much. And it's like a commentary about people over-relying on technology, especially emergent technology like that. Yeah, most of the rest of this episode's kind of but that part of the episode was really interesting. But before that, they have an encounter with the strongest active man in the tower, who is, incredibly fucking strong and also very confident in his abilities, to the point that he has his own name tattooed on his fucking back.
Yeah, I did see that screenshot and was tempted to pick it, yeah.
Yeah. Urek Mazino, who is, I don't know if they go into detail about what his deal is, but he is very strong in the setting, apparently. And, I think he's an irregular like Bomb is. And his goal is to get outside the tower and see the sky, apparently. But yeah, he encounters Bomb's group and challenges Bomb to a duel. And right as they're about to clash, Misang winds up accidentally between the two, and Bomb diverts to shield her and takes a really nasty blow in the process. The fact that he survives it all is a miracle, but like the fact that he actually manages to make a scratch on Mazino impresses the dude quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he is now very much interested in seeing Bomb's potential. He also just wrecks a few scrubs on his way out of the dungeon that Bomb's group is in. Quote-unquote dungeon. It's actually a giant sea beast thing.
Cool.
Yeah. You have some interesting stuff to look forward to in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one big issue with this is the production values are nowhere near what they probably should be for a story like this.
Yeah, I've seen a pretty infamous clip.
Which one is it?
Just like I see some red-haired dude attacking Bam, and just it's some of the most jank shit I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, that was from last weekend's episode. Yeah, that episode was not very good. For the most
Yeah, a lot of people online posting that one.
We'll see how I feel. As I said, I make no promises about when I'll be able to get to it, if I get to it. But it's one of those where I'm just like, I wasn't that invested in Tower of God to begin with.
Understandable.
The fact that animation-wise has gone the way of Seven Deadly Sins, not exactly No,
No, I wouldn't say it's
hearing me.
that bad.
Okay, but you know.
It's been a while since I've seen anything that bad. Shit.
But yeah, I don't know. It's. Have they shown anything with you know, the group from season 1?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
It's mostly just been Kun who's been putting together a new group to help him climb with Rachel, but there was also a bit within Dorsey, briefly.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be seeing more of the old group later in the season. But I'll just have to wait and see, depending on what. I'll keep you posted.
Right, let's move on to... It's another first, because of how late it started. It is... True Beauty. It's first, and it will probably be the last.
Oof.
I don't think it was necessarily bad. It's just very much not my kind of thing. And how well it will do will very much depend on... So basically the summation of the episode is... God, I'm gonna butcher these fucking Korean names. Yugyeong got bullied for being ugly, like badly bullied. And at one point she lashes out, scratches some girl on the cheek, draws some blood, and I think gets expelled. Which, you know, fucking horse shit. But she gets pointed towards another school by a previous school's principal, and she has some time before, I think it's like Christmas break or something like that, or a break or something like that, to, you know, prepare, and she basically like goes through a makeup boot camp, and with the help of makeup, becomes very traditionally pretty and gains a lot of attention as a result. It unfortunately results in the message seeming to be treated well, look pretty, which is a very bad message. Very, very bad message. But the show at one point does seem to call that out, and according to the summary, it apparently is something that the show is going to, you know, cover and work on. So if it can do that, then great. I hope so. But yeah, it was also very weird to the extent that Yugyeong's like new schoolmates became obsessed over how she looks. Like, ridiculously so. Like, she got entered into a fucking contest to find the most, like, beautiful girls, where the winner, this is the prize is to have your every fucking step be documented on social media. That is a dystopian nightmare scenario.
No, hell, no, thank you. Goodbye.
I mean, there's also some stuff with, like, one of the male leads, like, Yugyeong goes to manga shop to pick up a volume of horror manga. The whole two hands for one thing happens. They test each other on knowledge. The dude wins, and there's a whole rivalry going on there because the dude's personality fucking sucks. And the first episode ends with him basically discovering that the plain glasses-wearing, horror manga-loving girl that he argued with is also this, you know, beauty that the rest of the school is being obsessed over. Like, you know how it was in, like, season 1 of Komi?
Mm-hmm.
it was like that, but worse because it wasn't being treated comedically. Like, the stuff in Komi Season 1 was bad, but at the very least it was comedically focused, and you were supposed to laugh at the ridiculousness of it. Here it's just creepy. It is just creepy.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
The other thing is that there is no Japanese audio for this show. I believe the original audio track for the show is Korean. There is an English dub. The issue is there is a lot of Korean text on screen that does not get translated.
Oh.
Crunchyroll's been getting a lot worse about that lately, I've noticed.
Though they do actually have like proper subtitles at the bottom, which good. Every dubbed show should have that, but it doesn't, which I'm fairly sure is illegal.
Oh yeah, no, you have to have closed captions available, I'm pretty sure, legally speaking. It's an accessibility thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched it in like 20-25 minutes literally before the start of the stream because I forgot about it, but I don't think I'll be continuing it unless I get really fucking bored, which I probably won't. I got enough on my plate this season. Dub was very good though, I will say. Dub was very good. I enjoyed the performances in the dub.
That's good.
But yeah, let's move on to our next show, which is Twilight Out of Focus. So we're going to be very much focusing on the Ichikawa and Kikuchihara arc here, because we decided not... Both Jack and I decided not to continue into the next arc. Because simple enough to just focus on, you know, these two guys' arc, which was actually pretty good.
I do love the bit where sorry, say your thing first.
No, I'd stop talking. No, you go.
Okay. I do like the whole bit where Ichikawa is debating internally whether he's the top or the bottom.
Yeah,
that's just so funny.
And it's also, the scenarios he was imagining are funny to begin with, but he was also doing it partially out loud in front of the Kagaris and Mao.
Yeah, which is also funny.
Yeah. Also, fucking... At the end of episode 7, when his fucking ass was in pain and Mao was very clearly, like, looking at him just like, have you been... I don't think I want to know, okay.
It's the whole raised eyebrow rainbow flag thing. But yeah, no, the dynamic is suitably different from the last Focus arc, which is very good. In my opinion, if you do like a pseudo-anthology romance like this, you should have different ship dynamics.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because otherwise it gets very stale.
Yeah.
Like
at that point, why don't you just stay focused on the main couple again, or in the first couple again? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And like, that's the thing. Like, there is another series I know of that did something similar. It's just a manga that hasn't been adapted yet.
Yeah.
But it's a Yuri series. And it's just was a pseudo anthology like this, and it also did the whole thing where each couple that was the focus was also like suitably different from the previous couple and the main couple. That helped a lot. But yeah, no, this is very good and suitably fun. I do like the whole thing of them reflecting on how film has affected their lives, and how Ichikawa is very much like the kind of person who just aims for film greatness. Whereas
I mean, he, as a kid, he thought he should be getting an Oscar.
Yeah, no, that's so fucking funny. Honestly, that also has big theater kid energy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Gene is like has a lot more realistic expectations of where he's gonna wind up. No problem. There's no problem with that. If you want
No.
to pursue the art when you're in school, but then focus more on your career afterwards, that's fine.
I mean, I think another point is that Jin was sort of he was sort of forced into roles that he shouldn't necessarily have been in, especially as a director. Like, I got the vibe that he absolutely enjoyed acting. I got the vibe that he, at the very least, was very good at screenwriting, if not enjoyed it. But the directing and leading part of it was not something that he was necessarily much of a fan of.
Especially since a lot involved him having to make compromises, both with his vision and with other people.
Yeah, and resulted in him having to put up, a facade, basically, to, get through all of this. And, it was very interesting seeing all of this come out and, realizing that was what Ichikawa had a problem with. It wasn't necessarily, wasn't necessarily what Jin was actually, putting out. It was more the way he was doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, the fucking compartmentalization from Ichikawa of, look, I fucking hate what you do, in terms of acting and directing and all that shit. But as a person, I don't really mind you. I kind of like you as a person.
Yeah, I know. That degree of compartmentalization is hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, him being super angry while also sending the third years off in that video.
Oh
was
yeah,
so
that
funny.
was great. That was great. I mean,
He's the most tsundere type person.
Oh no, the amount of rants that Ichikawa went on about Jin that ended up just turning into him ranting about the positive things he likes about Jin was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was a good 3-episode arc. I did quite like it. I'm looking forward to getting to the next one.
I'm curious how long each of the arcs are, because how many episodes does this have? 12.
12.
Okay.
So I mean, the first one was 4. This one was 3. So the last one will probably be 5, unless they do one episode to sort of sum up where all of the couples are, sort of thing.
Yeah. We'll just have to see.
But yes, it's going to be especially interesting considering it looks like Nmbr, one of the leads, is a very popular guy. So yeah. But yes, let us move on to our next show, which is VTuber Legend: How I Went Viral After Forgetting to Turn Off My Stream.
Just the reaction faces that Aoyuki makes are so fucking funny. I picked a half dozen screenshots that were just Awa faces from one episode alone. It's just very, very, very easy to get reactions out of her. But yes, no, there's been some really good stuff in the past several episodes. Some more wild than others. What the hell is Crunchyroll doing? Anyways, we have one bit where Aoyuki and a couple of other of the VTubers from her generation guest star on a stream from one of the new gen members of their agency, and turn a trivia show into a comedy fest because they give shitposty answers. even though some of them wind up being right as well. Like, and it was like animal trivia, so I actually knew some of it too. I'm always happy when that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot of focus on collaborations the past several episodes, but it's good to have Aoyuki bounce off of other characters, I think, because she works best as a character who has a dynamic with another character in the conversation, you know. And some characters have better chemistry with her than others. Like last week's episode was focused mostly on her and Mashiro, who is the illustrator who designed her avatar. And they have a really great relationship that's really nice. And may or may not be a little bit gay. Who knows? There's always that undercurrent of sapphic subtext with the VTubers, though. If not outright text, if we're being honest. Yep, they did the lewdest thing possible. They held hands. While in bed together, too. So lewd.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like... They care for... The two of them care for each other a lot, and... You get the sense that, Aoyuki is pretty close to most or has gotten a lot closer to a lot of her other co-workers at the agency, but she still has the closest relationship with Mashiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really fun seeing all these members of the polycule, I mean all these VTubers interact with each other.
Yeah.
And of course you get shitposty stuff like the quiz thing, or one of the new gen VTubers being an extremely avid Aoyuki simp. And then of course you get like the little anecdote, Aoyuki having to move because she had a fan who was so diehard for her old persona that that the fan bought up literally all of the Strong Zero in the area and straight up tried to steal her package from her porch when Aoyuki ordered it remotely. So like, yeah, I kind of got doxxed, so I had to move, and this is my new room. Hey, y'all.
Sorry, I did this in the 3+ episode check-in again, as well. Every time you say the protagonist's name, I think you're saying Aoyuki, and I'm thinking like, but she's a real voice actress. Why is she in the show?
Yeah, literally same. Literally the exact same.
And
dude.
it's only again, I made that mistake in the 3+ episode check-in, and I just realized again here. Oh shit! It's the fucking protagonist's name, isn't
It's
it?
Aoyuki,
Yeah.
not Aoyuki.
But you're pronouncing it the
Aoyuki
same.
would also be a different name.
Yeah.
Aoyuki would also be a different name because that's like you remove the E from there.
But yeah, look.
Aoyuki would just be no though.
Yeah, look. I
Probably.
just remember I made the same mistake last stream as well. So.
I mean, I don't think Aoyuki is in this one. She's in everything, but she's not in this. It's just Ayane Sakura who is the protagonist, voices the protagonist.
Yeah. She is an Elusive Samurai because she's voicing Genba, who we didn't really talk about, but yeah.
Genba's a fun little shit.
What else is Aoyuki in? Season...
VTuber Legend does have a pretty stacked voice cast, though. Which is to be expected, honestly, with this kind of show.
Yeah. So, Elusive Samurai, Nier Automata, and No Longer Allowed in Another World.
Only one of which I'm watching, wow.
Anyway, are you okay to move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Let's move on to our penultimate show then. Wisteria, Wand, and Sword. Okay, did you watch today's episode?
Yes.
Of course.
Fucking hell, Rusty. Oh my god.
Rusty, oh my god.
He was making a fucking claim.
He's not playing around.
I believe I have an appropriate screenshot for this that I believe Nmbr kindly provided me last stream. Like, oh Jesus.
Oh, right.
You'll have to.
It's the Makeine home wrecker one.
Yes, yes. It's good. It's a good one. Poor Colette, though.
Yeah.
Oh, poor. That's the sad thing here is that neither of them are having their way. I mean.
Yeah, Will only ever have eyes for Elfaria is the thing.
Yeah, which is kind of the thing that reminds me. Oh yeah, the Danmachi guy made this. Oh yeah.
But yes,
unfortunate.
I have questions, lots and lots of questions, very pointy questions about why Will has compared his own dick to Rusty's.
Look, when two
He was
dudes
kind of
are
insane for that.
look when two dudes are alone naked in a bath, that's clearly what they do first.
I really wonder if Rusty helps Will with maintaining his sword.
I think the more interesting thing is why'd you have to point out its size to Colette?
Yeah, that was just so unnecessary.
It's like okay, yeah, you've seen all of it. All right, sure. Why'd you have to point out its size?
I mean, look, it's good to get confirmation that Rusty is a guy.
Yeah, because I was a little sus about that as well. Because he does have some feminine traits.
We also still do not know the name of Rosti Seiyu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't.
Apparently, though, in the Latin American dub, Rossi has the same Seiyu as Alfaria.
Huh?
Yeah. Curious.
What?
Yes, I also have questions about that.
Mm.
Speaking of Alfaria, though, we learned a lot more about her in last week's episode.
Oh yeah, how she tormented Will and now feels guilty
She
about it.
didn't torment him. She just wanted to keep him all to herself.
Will doesn't
Yes.
see it that way.
Also, she created a cloning spell and mastered it at age 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
Also,
I do find it hilarious
her-
that Julius got flexed on by that, though.
yeah. Her assistant is so done with Alfaria as well. So fucking done.
Can you blame her?
But yes, it was quite satisfying to see Will just go absolutely fucking all out on Julius. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and-
I did fucking see coming that Vignal would just stroll in and take the crown while these two while
Yeah.
they were fighting.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Because
It makes
throughout
sense.
a lot of that fight, I was thinking, wow, did those fucking ice clones stall Wignall that long? He should be here by now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Turns out he was
I mean,
just
at the same
watching this happen.
at the same time, it was very satisfying to see Julius cut down to size in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Him losing his shit over being one-upped by a toddler is just hilarious.
Yeah. Also, Shion is such a fucking Bakugo, and it's like so funny.
Least toxic Bakugo clone.
Like he is.
I really like Shion. I like him.
I know, I like
Yeah, no, he's
Shion. I
great.
like Shion. But all through that fucking what was it, episode 5 and 6? Or, no, episode 6. Episode 6. I was just thinking, Shion, you are just Bakugo. You are just Bakugo. You're upset that Will is not looking at you and considering you his rival.
He has that rival boner.
Yeah, and Shion's voice actor, Mizunaka Masuki, fucking given a hell of a performance in episode 6. I do wish we'd got the end of that
Mhm.
fight. Because, like, I think if it gets an ending, it's absolutely, a best fight contender. Even without an ending, it's still up there.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Now, Will's fights with Shion and Julius are both excellent fights. Like, it's really hard to top either of them. Also, Julius
still
just
think-
being forced to be a dishwasher is
Yeah, that was great.
Oh,
That
no,
was great.
that's just desserts right there.
Mhm.
That's just desserts. I still think that maybe my favorite fight might still be Will's fight with Surfence.
Yeah. No, that was,
Yeah.
that was
also-
also really good, yeah.
That was
It's
just
really good.
that fight just does a really good job just setting the tone for the whole show.
I mean,
It's
like,
really,
like,
it's
like,
really going to be hard to pick out the best fight. For
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But like I said in the whatchamacallit, 3+ episode check-in, that fight against Surfence was like on the level with some shows' climactic, like season-ending fights. In
Yeah.
terms of, like production and choreography. That was episode fucking 2.
Yep.
This show's just great fights.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
good shit all around.
I'm really looking forward to fucking seeing Will with the big 4 as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited because
I also
I'm
find it
curious to
funny
see how he
that
bounces off them.
I also find it interesting that Colette just forced herself to tag along with the group.
Yeah.
It's funny because like she uses like this earth magic, and no one there has earth magic, so it's like sure, all right.
I mean, she's also one of the top students of the class. She's just not on the same level as those other 4.
Yeah, which is why it's a little weird how I don't know. I mean, I'm glad she's there. She fits in. So
They have a very loaded lineup of mages and Will.
as a very colorful one as well, like literally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that Lehana apparently didn't see coming that Shion and Julius would not take Will's presence well.
They hate both each other and Will. She only considered magic compatibility, not personalities.
Yeah. I do have a feeling that it's probably not gonna go well though. Something's gonna fucking happen and it's gonna be an issue.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh no, it's gonna be great, but yeah.
Yeah.
I keep getting an ominous feeling from that one bit in the OP with the hands twisting and a little bit of blood between them.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
mean,
get it.
did you watch the post-credit scene?
I did. I ain't couldn't get vibes there.
Yeah, I mean that
mean-
Okamoto / Matsuoka looking sounding motherfucker was not giving me good vibes.
Oh yeah, that shit. Ooh, wow, we're getting some crazy shit now. Finally.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're in it now.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
God, I really wish when Will came back, Rusty and Colette were still arguing about who's had Will pressed against them the most.
Yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
see the conclusion of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best fights of the season.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, just how blatantly Rusty just fucking shoved his way in and butchered Colette's attempted date.
I feel sorry for her.
I really do, yeah.
She has it rough. She's
Yeah.
pining after someone who is not going to reciprocate. And she's getting one-upped by his roommate who is let's just say aggressive about asserting his dominance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm really curious about Rusty. I
Mm-hmm.
got something going on there. I don't know what it is, but I'm so curious.
I mean, I'm
Um,
just quickly checking how much of the manga there is that I can maybe read. Not as much as I would like. Great.
Damn it.
So
At least,
let's
I
look
mean,
at
this is me yo ho hoing. To be fair.
Yeah.
There are 8 volumes legally available.
What's the grand total?
Volume count or chapter wise?
Volume wise.
So let's look.
I'm scared to look at the Wistoria wiki because I don't want to get spoiled, and I know there are spoilers on there.
Oh yeah.
There are always spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, my primary Yoho source only has just past volume 8. But I'm sure Wikipedia can give me an answer.
Yeah.
Be careful.
All right. Let
So
me just
10
look at...
volumes.
Oh, okay. That's not that bad.
And there are 43 total chapters so far.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tempted to start reading this when the anime's over.
Mm-hmm.
This shit's it's weird because like I've gotten pretty burned out on a lot of like shonen action series lately, but this just feels different enough for me to dive into it, and I don't know why. Because
based off of the volume chapter titles, the latest episode covered up through the end of volume 3.
I'm not. No, I think it's end of chapter 11, which is middle of volume 3.
Okay, well, they did start the dungeon stuff, so...
Yeah, because chapter 11 is Shall We Date, which was the name of today's episode.
Mm-hmm. And they did start the dungeon stuff, so I think they got partway into chapter 12. Yeah, episode...
Okay, no,
Chapter
the meeting did happen in chapter 12, so yeah, probably end of volume 3.
So we're likely going to get about 4.5 volumes of adaptation. Guys, this is what, 12 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 episodes.
not enough is what it is.
Correct.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, I wanna point out, it's nice that Elfaria just keeps getting new Will plushies.
That's so funny. Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where does she keep getting those?
Good question.
They have to be custom made, right?
She can get people to make them.
Yeah, I guess so.
She's the leader of a mage faction.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. She'll be fine. Anyways, we should move on to your solo show, Mel.
Let's move on to the final show, which is, of course, Yatagarasu, the Raven Does Not Choose Its Master. So, obviously this took like a 3-week break because of the Olympics, and I have not managed to watch the episode that aired yesterday. So I have 2 episodes to talk about, 2 pretty fucking significant episodes. Because episode 14 ended with the prince and Yukiya investigating one of these fucking demon monkey attacks things, who are apparently also have the ability to shapeshift into people and are, sentient and all that shit. The only survivor the 2 find at this village is a young girl called Kome, who is shady as fuck, because she is just found unconscious in a trunk, and it's just like, okay, what happened there? Yukiya in particular is very suspicious of her, especially when he goes with Komei to Komei's house to collect some of her things, and they are confronted by a bunch of thugs who, as it turns out, works for so basically there's a place called the Ravine where a lot of like shady underground stuff happens. There's apparently a place beyond that called the Underground that is apparently has a king that rules over it and is semi-separate from the Crow Society, Yamauchi. So yeah, those thugs are from the Underground and are pissed off that the prince has apparently broken this non-aggression treaty. Yukiya gets dragged back into the prince's and Hamayu's clutches, which is not very happy about. Hamayu decides to keep an eye on Komei because, as I said, she's being shady as all fucking get out. And Yukiya goes to get the prince because he's away on some business. As it turns out, there is some kind of mystical barrier that closes off Yamauchi from the rest of the world. It apparently develops like rips and tears that people can get out of, but apparently people either can't. Apparently people can get in through these gaps, but it leaves some sort of sign. The prince can seal these holes with I believe they were arrows made of wisteria wood. But it very much doesn't seem like it's a permanent or long-term solution. It is also the place where Yukiya and his brother ended up in the very first scene of the show, where they were retrieved by a big fuck-off golden raven, or golden crow. So, yeah. Then the new king of the underground, a guy called Toby, asks for a meeting in the underground with the prince, which the prince is all in on, but nobody else is very happy with this because, why the fuck would you be? And then Natsuka, the prince's brother, decides to say, hey, why don't we send Yukiya instead? Why not? What's the worst that could happen with that?
Never trust anyone named Toby.
Yeah, it's Toby with an I as well.
Never trust anyone named Toby with an I.
To be fair, he's a big, bold, scarred dude who has a hell of a jaw.
No matter how handsome his jawline is, don't trust him.
Mm-hmm. But it's very clear, yeah, there's something definitely up with Komei. At the very least, her dad was involved in some shady shit. And it's possible that it's possible, I think it's definitely possible that she didn't know specifics, but she knew he was involved in shady shit and is trying to distance herself from him. Or maybe she might even know the details and is still distancing herself without actually giving any of the, details that might help deal with this whole, giant feral monkey people situation and this fucking drug that can turn the Yatagarasu into like feral versions of themselves. So yeah, still some setup happening. I'm really looking forward to. I might, as much as I'm saying, as much as I've been complaining, I've watched a lot of anime today and over the last few days. I might still watch yesterday's episode of Yatagarasu once we finish, because I really want to watch it. Because I really, really like Yatagarasu. But yeah, that's about it. There's not it's been a lot of setup. There's not much I can really talk about in terms of plot without getting to, the end of that setup and what it's been setting up. So yeah. But yeah, Yatagarasu, still a very, very good show. So that's where
Glad
we're
to hear it.
That's where we're gonna end. So thank you everybody for watching. I always enjoy doing this. We will be back with the wrap up and awards in about 4 or 5 weeks. We'll obviously discuss it off stream. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and all that YouTube stuff.
Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, press that bell icon, etc.
I'm not going to be streaming besides D&D on Sundays for a while, so look out for Fuzzy and Jack streaming on our regular days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. And yeah, otherwise, hopefully you will drop in again in our next stream on Tuesday. Good night.
Later.
Bye-bye.